And I think, more and more doctors are being aware of it.
Oh, fuck yeah, now they are.
Oh, tell me. My dad wanted something for my shoulder, and my doctor said, no, I'll give you something else. But I thought,
That's up to everyone.
A new health alert for parents. The CDC warning them to be on the lookout for any symptoms of hepatitis in their kids.
So you see, they caught that crazy lady.
The skin. For the first
Which is
time in
probably,
nearly 60
I can
years,
understand
Queen
that.
Elizabeth
Yeah,
didn't make it to the opening of Parliament today.
It's kind of sad.
Buckingham Palace says she's still suffering from mobility issues. This is ABC News.
I mean, don't you think it's
Two
sad?
more states holding
being
primaries today,
sad and
Nebraska
being
and
the
West
best thing to
Virginia.
do,
ABC
two
News
different
political
things.
director Rick Klein.
Our friends at 538 tallied up, and there are at least 9 candidates on ballots today in House or gubernatorial races who support the big lie. That is notable because you're starting to see people populate the fields of the general election who say that the election was stolen. They buy into those false claims. Some of them may be in a position to actually act on the things that former President Trump wanted done last time.
Trump's pick in the Nebraska governor's race, Charles Herbster, facing allegations of groping at least 8 women over the last few years. Back on the picket lines, hundreds of healthcare workers in L.A. The strike planned for a week at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center over stalled contract negotiations. Tesla is recalling nearly 130,000 vehicles over concerns that the center console screen could start acting up. The problem, an overheating computer chip that could cause it to lag or go blank. Brina Roy, ABC News.
I don't need shit with my son.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
Picking up his car.
For the
There he is. Look who's here. The doctor's in the house.
What, did you bring any goodies?
Yeah, I told you he's going to, so I'll get you water.
I'm in a spasm drama right now. Getting an MRI tomorrow.
I don't know if I brought it. How you doing, James?
Doing okay. Busy.
Are you? That's good.
Before I check our security,
It's almost like sun came out and everybody's going nuts.
But with Google Chrome OS orchestrated by CDW, you get built-in security with no ransomware attacks and simplified management so you can stay relaxed.
Sounds good.
For proactive security, trust Chrome OS and orchestration.
I was breaking needles all weekend. I was breaking spine needles all
OS.
Oh.
and I'm 60 back for it.
K-How News Time.
Wow. I feel great, but I'm serious. My leg is gone. I mean, I'm going to need surgery this time. I don't think I can hide from this stenosis anymore. It's just cramping my style.
I don't think any human being should have to go through
Something has to be done permanently. These periods of time are getting closer and closer and lasting longer and longer, as opposed to the way they used to be now and then.
The comments got heated at times.
We're going to take a look at that.
The meeting ended up being delayed for an hour after homeless advocates refused to give up the podium. All but one council member.
So Mark and Suzanne are
off time.
I know they're
Colorado Democrats facing an uphill battle to get key bills passed before the legislature adjourns tomorrow. House Republicans.
But anyway, well, I just wanted to really tell you because here's why. I know that I'm not acting the same and I'm not seeming, I'm really like irritable, but that's why. It has nothing to do with anything except that bullshit.
Other than you being in the studio, I don't know. We'll see.
Getting word of some slow-moving maintenance vehicles. Watch for this hazard southbound I-25, anywhere between the 128th Avenue Bridge and 104th.
Inflation nation, gas gets record high.
We do have some heavier traffic southbound I-25 coming up of eastbound I-70 on down towards.
Packed up. I did have a couple of things that I was going to bring in.
79 today, nice low 39. And for
Left
tomorrow,
some
with a high reaching
on my
88.
desk, didn't I?
No significant rainfall in the forecast.
I didn't realize flying a helicopter was so sexy until Tom
54.
fucking Cruise landed on an aircraft carrier. And I was like, oh my god. It's like, all right, fine.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in the rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the big economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work.
Are those spots for today, or that they left over? The spots, did you put those up for today, or is that? Oh, okay, good. I'll erase.
That's all. We can do this with no closing costs. That's right. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
Not this time. That's what scares me. I was at that table and they're typing, and I got up really quick, and just all of a sudden the shot. But it keeps moving around. Literally, it moves around. You know, I thought for sure it was left side, but it's not. It's just general lower back stenosis because different nerves are spasming and firing. It's just fucking dreadful. Just dreadful. Dreadful. Something to go take care of. Totally.
So you got disoriented me with changing positions. Oh, I know. See what happens when Mark goes out of town?
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, this is a time of flux in real estate. Sales have slowed down just a tiny bit because rates are up. That means and inflation is up and fewer buyers are qualifying. It's not a recession yet, but it has adjusted a bit, and you need the expertise of someone like Frank, not just in a great market, but especially in a worse market. So Frank Duran is there for you, whether the market's up or down. Free market valuations or market analysis of your home. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Real CBD's with us today. Well, not the CBD itself, but Dr. Jamie Baumgarten from Panacea Life Sciences. And then Mark's with us from Parts Unknown. Where are you today, Mark?
We are in the great Mississippi. We're at a place called Bella Terra.
Mississippi. Oh, that's cool. So what are you doing there?
Yeah, the seafood is everywhere. You know, there was a big scam this morning on the news, Tom, that I don't think I've never heard of. You probably have, but it's big out here. People are calling veterans and milking them out of their benefits. They get these guys to sign over their benefits, their future checks, if they're disabled, to them, and they give them cash up front, but generally it's pennies on the dollar, and it's very prevalent out here. Have you ever even heard of it?
Wow. So in other words, Mark, they get like the checks coming in over the next few years and give the vets a lump sum?
Yeah, but the problem is they promise one amount and they give them a much different amount, but they already signed everything over.
Is it legal to sign your veteran benefits over for cash?
Well, I honest to God don't know, but it must be because a lot of people are falling for it, and there's not much that can be done about it once they execute the agreement.
God, that is scary. That is like it's like a viatical, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? With life insurance.
What killed me was this morning, you know, they have a Fox affiliate just like Fox 31, and I'm watching the local news, and they did a whole 10-minute section on it, or segment, and I'd never heard of it before, and we take calls every single day.
You know, that's really important. That means that it probably is going to start coming this way. I mean, listen, things always start on one coast or another, usually. I'm looking here. I just Googled lump sum advance payments for Veterans Affairs. I'm looking here.
You do that talk down at the Army base. I think it's an Army base in the Springs. I wonder if we should ask them if that's
Fort Carson.
You know, if that goes on everywhere. I just can't believe we've never heard it, and I watched a 10-minute segment on it today.
There are accelerated programs veterans can sign up for, but it's for other things. Yeah, I'm looking here. VA lump sum cash advance loans. I see people taking, I wonder if that's what they're doing. I wonder if they take a loan and then assign those checks as payment. That could be what they're doing. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'd like to, I'd like to know, has anyone ever come across that? Where someone offered you or you considered selling your VA benefits, or do you know anyone who's possibly done that? All right, let's talk about this 2015 Subaru Legacy in the impound, Diane. What's the story on this, Diane?
Okay, my friend's car got stolen. And
okay.
The cops actually found it. It's in an impound lot, but because it was stolen with the keys, he has to pay for it to get rekeyed. He has to pay for a tow truck to get it out of impound. And he also has to pay for the fees of the impound.
No, wait. Your son had the keys in it when it was stolen? What were the circumstances?
No, it's not my son. It's a friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought it was your son. Okay, so it was a friend. And what were the circumstances? Diane, explain, was it in the evening? Was it in the morning? Was it at the gym? Was it at school? Tell me what happened.
He was doing Uber Eats, and so he was working. He took the food, went up and rang the doorbell, and he was going to run back to the car, but instead somebody else jumped in the car and drove off with it.
Oh my goodness. I wonder, hey, that's probably a very lucrative thing, because most Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, when I've seen them deliver food to me, in the past I've used them, and they do leave the car running. Wow. What neighborhood was this?
I don't know. The faster he works, the more he gets paid. But now he's in a lot of trouble.
Does he use his? Does he have insurance for that car? Theft insurance?
No, it didn't. He said it didn't cover it.
Oh man.
He had just liability or something.
So now there's no one to pay all these fees. So what can we do for you? What are you calling about?
I'm calling to see if I can get some help. If you know anybody that can help with the in-town fees, the tow fees.
You mean like just charity, basically, to help him?
Yes, because we've been calling all around.
What is your relationship to this person?
He's a coworker, or he was a coworker, and he's a friend.
And that it boils down to friends and family. I mean, there are no agencies I know of that'll take a chance on this kid. Or person. I'm sorry, I say kid again. I'm sorry. This guy works as Uber Eats plus works a regular job?
No, he was laid off, started Uber Eats, and now he's been laid off again, and he starts a job Wednesday.
He starts another job Wednesday?
Correct.
What's he doing?
Jumping from job to job, it sounds like, right now.
No, I mean, what's his newest job? Do you know?
I forgot.
How much money does he need?
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, like, should we be talking to him directly, you think?
No, he'd probably get really embarrassed in his phone. He's doing something strange.
Oh, that's sad.
His phone was shut off, so he's going to use, he's using it at a library, or I don't understand.
Wait, he doesn't have his phone either?
Because of the money issues, it's suspended, so he has to go use something at a coffee shop.
Okay, how much? He has to use Wi-Fi probably. What?
That's right.
How old is he?
Mid-30s.
Okay. Why do you? I'm just curious why this kid's having, or why this person's having so many troubles. I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna fool you. There's no magic here. If somebody's hurting, they go to, they raise funds. What's the name of that place? Where you raise money. Gofundme, that's right. I can't believe I had forgotten about Gofundme, but that's one of the few things you can do. Gofundme or friends and family. I was thinking if we get them on the phone, there might be someone who might want to just help them. We've helped people from time to time, but as we call it, when we help people here with our charity account, it's for absolutely dire straits. It's for, people who have a chance, too. But, they're not people who simply...
They haven't fallen off the cliff.
Right. That's right. The people who help haven't fallen off the cliff. In other words, a little help will help them get reestablished, and it keeps them on track. If anyone has any ideas for this guy, man, that's really sad. It is sad, though, that we have a system. And I don't know how else to have a system, but when your car is stolen and it's recovered, you get the fees. Now, usually insurance will pay that. But if it doesn't, you're screwed. So, that's just, like I said, a fact of life. Diane, if you can get him to talk to us directly, we'll try to get some of this information. 303-713-TALK. Mike, I want to take a break, but I'm curious about your question here. It just has my curiosity. What is it, sir? Mike?
Yes.
What is your question about?
I need to get my Tabor refund.
Oh, your Tabor refund. Okay. Okay. And the Tabor refund I thought was coming out early. Didn't the governor say that?
Yeah, it's August.
And so what about it? Is that not soon enough for you?
Well, no, I'm moving, and they're going to mail the check. And I have to get a way to get the check to my new address.
Oh, that's hold on. We'll explore. That should be easy. Hold on.
It's like have the post office forward your mail.
You fill out a change of address form. Yeah. What is this guy living under a rock? Even Jamie knows how to do that.
What? No, I call him the show to show myself left.
Biden is blaming everyone for inflation, all the companies.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner
I'm not
of
doing
Denver
that.
Nuggets. Get started at orchard.com.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that will take personal time with you. Listen, I don't want to slam this industry, but bigger doesn't always mean better or badder. It sometimes means you're just a number. The bigger they are, no matter how you look at it, the smaller you are. And let's face it, not all cases are cream of the crop. John Fuller treats all of his clients the same. You'll get his cell phone number. He'll give you personal attention. He's my personal injury expert, and he can be your accident lawyer. Let me tell you, he has been around with me for many, many years helping people. myaccidentlawyer.co is the website. myaccidentlawyer.co. As I said, small by design, with personal attention to you for your personal injury, free evaluations of your case, and all cases taken on a contingency fee basis. 303-597-4500. Renew Home Innovations has beautiful bathrooms, and right now they're giving half off the labor. You're going to get the Renew Home Innovation, that beautiful tub or shower or combination, that big, beautiful custom shower. You will get that in place of that old dingy one that you have there, with no maintenance wall systems that look exactly like natural stone, and you'll get them for the lowest prices ever because of the 50% off labor. Why don't you give them a call to find out more? And that is what you want with Renew Home Innovations. The beautiful showers or customized tub shower combinations. 303-904-2000. special financing as well. 303-904-2000.
Sinking concrete? Go with the company that has 30 years of Colorado experience. I'm Brian with Advanced Mud Jacking. We use cement, nothing toxic.
Make sure you mark it down.
It runs. I just don't stop it. It just runs.
249.
There's no marking anything anymore. That went away maybe 10 years ago.
Pension buyout.
Okay, but they won't get back to
What
us
to do
on
with your
moving
401?
stuff.
No, I'm gonna. Hey, misdemeanor a minute or your money back from now on.
Hello.
Speaking of which, misdemeanor Mark had a question about your live folder. He was saying something about pulling up your scripts, but he didn't know where to put more.
Required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special
Hey, James, your business seasonal at all about the same?
They help qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt. And are
I mean, it's the way they would think about it is like general health and wellness.
For the
Which never takes a vacation.
Call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call
We do see,
800-885-7788.
just like with anything else, consumer spending actually decreased,
That's
in January, February. But for the
800-885-7788.
most part,
Right, that across the board.
I'm sending him a new invite. Tell him.
Still reason to refi with Ideal Home Loans interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refi you free of charge. 303-867-7000. Get rid of high interest debt, remodel instead of moving, or buy new with their exclusive pre-approval, putting you at par with cash buyers. 303-867-7000. Every loan customized for you. First they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000.
If you've ever ordered food for work, you understand. It's different. There's just so much more at stake. Whether it's a meeting, a client call, or lunch with the office, it has to arrive at the actual lunchtime. Food for work has to work. That's why there's Easy Cater. Food that's on time and as ordered from over 82,000 restaurants. And if there's a problem, rare, you can reach someone.
We all get a
Yes,
paper
thank you
check,
for calling
is
Easy
that the
Cater.
idea?
Yes.
Food just
How
doesn't
much?
work at work.
400.
Easy Cater
Wow.
does.
Your merit is 800.
EasyCater.com. Nova Platform Inc. is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services provided by Middlesex.
And they're doing it in August.
Member FDIC. Terms and
Just
conditions apply.
right before the midterms, you know?
Of course.
To support you,
Yes.
Novo built a new kind of business
I could
checking.
use $800
Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, Novo is
I can use
customized
400.
to save you time and free up cash flow. Sign up for your free business checking
I hadn't heard
account
that.
right now.
I hadn't heard
Plus,
something.
our listeners get access to over $5,000
That's probably one of the
in
best
discounts at novo.co.
bills we ever had was the Tabor
novo.co/active.
amendment, so.
Here's to the great American settlers, the millions of you who settle for unsatisfying jobs. Of course, there
I
is
know,
something
now
else you
there's
can do if you got something to say.
1.8
Well, you know, the
billion.
Democrats are pretty smart. They reduce taxes
And unleash
make
your
everything
freedom.
free.
Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss, hey, I'm no settler, I'm an explorer. Spreaker.com, Spreaker. Hustle on over today.
They're
This
trying
report is sponsored
to
by
come up with so
Bob
many
Allen.
new words for websites because,
Because,
you know, how, well, Amazon wasn't a new word, but it was a new use of a word. Yahoo, Google wasn't really a new
Spot
word
Palace
either.
for 38 years has been
But
the trusted source
it's
for all
funny
your
though
hot
how
tub and
now
swim
new
spa
ones are
needs.
coming
They
out.
offer
They're
the
just
most
making
trusted
up
brand,
fucking
Jacuzzi Hot Tubs.
Oh, I know.
Leader
Like
performance
Triago
with clean water
and different
hydrotherapy.
kinds
A brand you can trust from friends you can trust. Spa Palace. SpaPalace.com for locations.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Hey, by the way, Panacea Life in the studios with us, Dr. Jamie Baumgarten is with us. I mean this sincerely. Are there any supply chain issues with CBD getting it out? You guys go from seed to sales, so you shouldn't have any issues, right?
No, everything's good.
Everything's the same, right?
Everything.
Costs might be up with the fuels, right?
You know, we haven't actually increased our prices due to supply chain issues. So, like some of
Or
the things-
fuel.
for fuel transport across, it's a 4-hour drive, right, from the western slope to the facility in Golden. But we've not increased prices. We have seen increased costs, but we've not passed that along to our customer base.
Because, yeah, basically you're right. You just ship to your suppliers anyway, or to your distributors and your people directly.
Correct.
And as far as prices, they've stayed steady. What about new products? Anything new?
Yeah, I mean, so a couple things that we're doing. One is we're now making vegan soft gels. So
now, what were the soft gels made from before?
So that when the soft gel actually has a liquid fill and it has that
gel
golden coating,
and
right?
the gel is what made from beef?
Bovine gelatin.
Okay, yep. I see.
Yep. And so now we're making that with what we call starch gel. So it's a tapioca starch. So for those people,
all of them or just some?
We're introducing it slowly into the portfolio.
Because it seems to me that everyone would, get a vegan. In other words, it doesn't bother me what it's made from.
Right. I mean, there's some advantage to the bovine gelatin. And
what is the advantage?
Like the collagen.
Oh.
Right, in terms of hair growth and things of that nature.
So there is some passive nutrition in that gel.
Passive nutrition, but for those who want something that does not have any animal products, that's where we're
will you always have both, or are you going to have all vegan eventually?
I think we'll carry both. There's
that's good. I would too.
Where we have bovine and others where it makes a lot more sense.
True vegans are very strict.
Yes, they are.
I hope your mic was off when you said that, Doc, because you're on the air.
No, it's off.
Yeah, I know, but my mic could have picked that up, but I don't think it did anyway. And he said they're effing crazy, basically. But that's the short form of what he said. Vegans are a weird sort.
They're unique. It's a lifestyle choice, but there are some health benefits that we see with the vegan soft gels, and they really work well with our formulas. So that's the reason why we're trying to introduce that. So
I've often found it funny.
What is that soft gel made of?
It's made. Oh, you mean the other one? He said it's like a tapioca. It's a
tapioca starch.
A starch. All right, Mike has a question about Tabor. Okay, he needs it. He wants to change his address. Now, Mike, I don't want to state the obvious because I'm sure you didn't call to hear this, but if you put a change of address with the post office, your mail will be forwarded for 6 months, free of charge, and then you can extend it for a small fee. Did you know that?
No, I thought you had to make a separate card for everybody.
Nope, you do not have to do that anymore. You go to the post office, and it's perfect. It works perfectly. In fact, I think I did mine online.
You can do it online
for
$1.
You can get online right now at USPS.com, I believe it is. Don't hold me to that. Whatever the website is, you can get on there, and you can basically do it yourself and get a login, get an account. It's good to have an account, and I'll tell you why. Because with an account, you can also get that advanced delivery notification. I don't know if any of you have gotten that, but you sign up for what's called advanced delivery. And I don't know how the post office finds time to do this, but they take a picture of every single item coming to your mailbox that day, and they send you an email. Can you believe that? Seriously.
Yeah, I got that. It's great.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
On that whole Tabor check deal, we got to make sure people understand as well, if they don't file because they don't make enough money, if you do file, you will get that $400 or $800 from the Colorado state government, but you got to file taxes, man. Even if it's a zero amount, they don't know to send it to you.
That's a good point. If you think about it, that's just like with the stimulus check. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. David, what's going on?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right, David. It sounds like you had an accident, huh?
A little one. On my 2000 pristine Acura TL was rear-ended on February 17th of last year.
Wait, it was February 13th of last year, so like...
17th. Doesn't matter. It's close enough.
No. But it was 2021 though when it happened.
Correct.
All right. Go ahead. What happened?
On the way to DIA, to take a friend of ours to the airport, rear-ended on 225, just where you get on to I-70.
Okay.
There was a 4-car.
Was there a police report?
I do. That was something else. It took about... Let's see, the accident was on November 17th. I couldn't get a police report until mid-February of this year.
Okay, so what's the problem now?
State Farm.
Is State Farm the other party?
They're the ones that's supposed to pay the claim.
Wait. Who says they're supposed to pay the claim?
I filed a claim with them.
Because of the other party that hit you?
Correct.
Okay, and what's going on with that claim?
I need to clarify. There was 4 cars involved. I was rear-ended by a BMW. The car that caused the accident was behind the BMW and clipped the left rear quarter of the BMW. Now, we're probably doing a pretty good clip on the highway as far as speed's concerned. And, of course, the next thing I know, the BMW rear-ended me. The car that caused the accident ended up on its top.
What car ended up on its top?
It's a older, I think, a Toyota.
Wait. Is this yours that ended up on?
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on then. Okay, so are you looking for payment from the guy directly behind you or the guy that started it?
Guy that caused that started the accident.
Okay, because normally it doesn't necessarily work that way.
I realize that, but at the time, the person that hit me the reports indicated that he was uninsured.
Well, do you have collision coverage?
Not on my 2000 Acura.
Oh, no. Okay, here's the deal. I think that they might not cover you. Is State Farm refusing to cover you?
No. That's the funny part. They accepted the claim. They sent me to take the car to Gerber Body Shop. I had 2 estimates prior to that, and the State Farm adjuster said to take the car to Gerber and get it fixed.
Well, what's the problem then?
Now, Monday, or actually last Friday, they called and said, we're going to total the car now.
Well,
because of the amount of damage.
Well, what does that mean? They're not going to fix it. So it's what year car is it again?
2000.
Okay. And you understand that no one owes you more than the car's worth, right?
I'm well aware of it.
What is the car worth?
This is a pristine Acura, probably on retail $6,000.
Okay. What are they paying you?
That I'm still trying to get them clarified. You know how that goes. The body estimate is right around $6,000.
What I would do if I were you is I would sue the driver of that car in small claims court. You can go up to $7,500. That's what I would do.
Here's the problem. The gentleman that caused the accident, 82 or 83 years old, his car was an absolute junker, and I'll be surprised if he has any money to pay me if I did get a claim.
But you don't understand. If you get a judgment, his insurance is obligated to pay you.
Really?
Yeah. But you have to go after him directly, and then he has to assert that from his people.
I planned on doing that.
But you should be able to also make a claim for what it's worth. State Farm, if they pay you what it's worth, then you'll be on your way. You don't care. What you're concerned about is, will you get an offer for what it's worth? Well,
exactly.
Well, you have to do documentation first on your side.
I've got all that.
Where'd you get your documentation?
Off of the internet.
I'm not sure that's going to be adequate, but Kelly, give him the information of Petty Details, LLC.com. They help people evaluate cars to make sure that they're getting a fair deal. They do that complimentary at first, and if you need them to represent you, there's a small charge. It's well worth it. Kelly will get you the number. And they're on the referral list too, Petty Details.
I use Petty Details based on what you guys told me. What happened. It was awesome. So,
good. Let's talk about it. You called up
Justin, and then his wife actually called me back. We talked to her, but they ended up not taking my case. Gave me some advice.
Yeah, they gave you advice.
Quiet drive as far as the accident goes here in the metro area on the highway, so that gives good news. I do see a little bit of unusual.
What happened? Picked up my son-in-law, my daughter, and their baby, driving back from the airport.
You said Frank and Fuller. I thought I did went across. I might Fuller. Maybe not.
It was.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because he's on there, we can't move it.
Nobody got hurt, I hope.
Nobody got hurt.
39, and then for Wednesday,
My car was still drivable.
a high reaching.
His car was completely messed up. I mean, it was weird.
Range through.
Anyway, so we went through the Progressive, the other guys'
With your
insurance,
impact, traffic and weather.
and they said, well, we're going to give you $14,000.
Audible brings
No, the car's
smile
worth a
with
lot more
comedy,
than that.
sci-fi,
So talk to them,
thrillers,
ended up
or whatever you love
using
listening
the
to.
information
From
that Peggy Details
audiobooks
gave
to
me,
exclusive
and ended up
originals
getting
to
a payout
podcasts.
of $22.
Turn it off on Audible.
Wow.
Sign up and start free at audible.com.
Oh, were you happy with that?
John Fuller is someone I highly recommend. If you're in an accident and you need help, I know you're going to be inundated by ads of people bragging about how big and bad they are and how much they get for people. The truth of the matter is, the bigger the law firm, the more they work on only special cases, and the other ones they collect dust. Here's what I'm telling you. John Fuller works all of his cases, and he'll be honest with you about the valuation. He's not a lead collector. He's a case solver. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Get your case evaluated, get a free quote, and then listen to this. If he takes the case, will do it on contingency, and you will be one of his priorities, not just a number. MyAccidentLawyer.co. That's for Colorado. MyAccidentLawyer.co. 303-597-4500. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, is a full-service real estate company, and he's with RE/MAX Alliance, and he, with Team Duran, can do both buying and selling. So if you're looking to buy a place, use them. You're looking to sell a place, use them. If you're looking for a market analysis to see what your house will sell for, he can pretty much predict that based on his 27 years of experience. Frank Duran, and there's no charge for that. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
From the host of the Hitch True Crime podcast, Dr. Death and
So was it happy with it? No. But what are you going to do, right? There's a crack in the frame, and it was like $15,000 worth of damage.
So did you just junk and buy a new car?
So they told me that.
Yeah.
I ended up paying it out and ended up getting a different car. But initially I was going, holy crap, and the worst possible time to try and buy a used car is right at the worst time. I mean, literally, used car lots, I maybe like 2 or 3 on the lot, right?
Wow.
So,
And
plus
it's
they're not worth
difficult
it.
to get out of debt.
So,
Make sure you're doing what you can to pay it off.
anyway,
Hey,
so I ended up
Michael
getting a
Brown
car
for
that's
American
got a
Financing,
good deal on it.
reminding you that a cash out refinance
You're making nobody got hurt.
way to lower your rate and excess cash.
So
You'll be able to spend less on interest,
But at the
pay
same
your
time, I'm
balance
kind of
off
going,
faster,
okay, now I've got
potentially save
2 families living in my house
$1,000
down to 1
That's
car.
right, a month.
So that
And
kind
don't
of
forget,
sucks.
when you work with American
I know.
Financing, you're going to get
Once you realize nobody gets hurt, then you get pissed off
you
at
can understand
the
your
property
options
damage.
without having to pay any upfront or hidden fees.
It was
If
just-
you like what you hear,
It's, it's life. I was telling them, I had liver cancer back in '95, and they said I had 6 weeks to live. Long story short, everything was taken care of. And so I had this near-death experience. Anyways, they keep me outlook on life. So for about a week after the surgery, I'm thinking, well, I'm so glad to be alive. And then you realize,
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe for men dealing with erectile dysfunction, or ED. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two about the universe to explain our treatment.
after you realize, okay, it's great that I escaped. But then, like, your life hits you.
I'm an
Two
astrophysicist.
families,
What
one
makes
car,
peak
you have to do something.
performance the
Okay, nobody got
smartest
hurt.
ED solution is that it uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery, no side effects, and are effective for over 80% of men.
So Tom, the other things we're doing is we've got a horse electrolyte CBD solution for calming that we brought out. So for people who have horses, and the other
I wonder how, if I gave that to my horse for a show, if they would
Peak Performance.
be upset with
Has peaked.
what kind of
What's
show?
done more to improve
dressage.
overall health and
You know, I
wellness,
wonder
modern medicine,
if
or personal
they would
hygiene.
say that's enhancement.
But considering that bathing went mainstream,
So it's kind of strange that with second dirty, you can't use it.
You can't.
Cannot.
After all, your nose
Rodeo, yes. Regular shows, yes. I mean, you have to check on your wearing massage. I'm not really certain.
But
Well, that's like a regular show. It's not so much. It is performance, but it's mostly riding.
Like if you're in the Olympics for massage, there may be specific rules that maybe actually has on.
And then out the other nostril.
Then the other one we're doing is a vaginal suppository for chronic pelvic pain.
Snore less and stay.
When is that coming out?
We're going to clinical trials like in the next 2 weeks.
Technobots.com, Walgreens.
We need to talk to as we get closer to that. That's a great product.
I never realized how big of an issue it is with women.
I think it is a big issue.
It's the 90s equivalent of erectile dysfunction.
No, I know. And it's a reason a lot of women don't want to have sex. I know that they tell Deputy Dollar that, but that's just an excuse. I'm talking about in reality.
Absolutely. So we're actually shipping this out to UAE in 2 weeks. The demand has been off the hook.
So it's chronic pelvic pain. Are you guys? You have a majority partner now, right? That's not Leslie. Didn't you have a company buy-in, or is it a minority?
So Leslie still is the major stockholder.
Okay, good.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors can make sure your garage door is operating safely. And by the way, they have discovered some dangerous conditions on garage doors when people are moving into a house. It's an $80 inspection worth every penny. I've had them do about 6 or 7 garage doors for me. Openers, doors, parts of doors. $80 inspection is unbelievable. Plus 24/7 emergency help if you have a broken spring or something. Here's what I love. All of their doors and openers and everything is disclosed on their page, oneclearchoicedoors.com, 720-370-3987. All right. So we have plenty of time for calls, of course, as always, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jamie Baumgarten used Petty Details. He called them for advice. Petty Details, LLC, or Diminished Value. Or it's on our referral list. And, Mark, what is the actual website? Do you remember? It's on our website anyway, Petty Details. And what did you do, Jamie? You used them. You were in an accident?
Yeah, I mean, almost like it was almost a carbon copy of what your caller just said. In that
they wouldn't give you enough money. You didn't think so?
They didn't give me enough money because I was looking at trying to replace my vehicle for the same year, same mileage, and the insurance company had offered me half what that value was. So I gave, based on both your and Mark's advice, called Petty Details. They gave me some advice about how to actually address the insurance company, and I'm getting fair market value for replacement of the car.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. I would highly recommend to contact them. And Jen Petty gave me a call back directly and talked me through the process. They ended up not charging me anything because they didn't see a delta between what the insurance company had offered me with the final offer and what the fair market value of the car was. So it was a really cool experience. Highly recommend somebody give them a call if they run into a situation like that.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Well, let's talk about your problems, questions, complaints. For example, what do you think are the best refrigerators? Deputy Smarty Pants started looking into it because we had a discussion. Even though a vast number of the compressors are made by a few companies, and a lot of the parts, a lot of the brands have in common. I'm not going to go through that now, but a lot of brands, for example, use the same compressor. A lot of brands use the same parts. However, each manufacturer does make its own box and doors and assembles it. So there is definitely something to brand names. They're not all the same. And if you look at the list, what do you think would be number one? What do you think? Just a guess.
GE.
It's almost, I'm just wondering if, okay, now, these are This is an alphabetical list that you have to click on to see how it does. It just sucks the way they do it. But in any case, Amana refrigerators came out very, very popular. Do you think they're number one? The number one is, let's see, I'm trying to get the number one right here. It's such a long, involved process. I wish that I could have parsed through this.
Where is
because
this from, Tom?
This list is from, this list is from a lot of reviews from Lowe's and the like. I'll get that list. Hold on. It's slow coming up, but I'll get the list. And again, there's a lot to be said for brand names in that the names themselves, even though they might share common stuff. But here are the main brands, just so you know, and in alphabetical order. This is not the you know what place they're in. But Amana, Bosch, Decor, Frigidaire, GE, Kenmore, KitchenAid, LG, Magic Chef, Maytag, Norcold, Samsung, Sanyo, Sub-Zero, Whirlpool. By the way, one of the worst, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to make you wait, Sub-Zeros. Did you know that? With consumer satisfaction.
No, I thought they'd be near the top.
Do you know why they're in one of the worst, I feel? Because they're so expensive, people have such high expectations. That's what I think. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, this is a refrigerator. And there's not a lot of whoop to it.
And then Samsung has that problem with the ice maker.
Yeah.
That's been going on.
Antonio, what's going on? I'll get the actual list, though. What's going on with you, Antonio?
Well, about 2 weeks ago, my car was stolen. I was an Uber driver, and currently it's putting me behind on all my bills.
Oh, are you the one? Are you the one your friend called in about?
Yeah, Diane. Yep.
Good, because what I said was if we could talk to you directly, maybe we can find some help or someone listening might want to help. So hold on, and we'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. We have the other lines open as well, 303-713-TALK.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Some slower traffic on southbound I-25 through downtown, but overall your drive on I-25 pretty much up to full speed now between Castle Rock and Northland. No problem spots on I-70
Facebook or something
about
Samsung.
Oh, yeah, with the ice
and there's a guy with a crowbar
trying to get the ice maker's totally screwed up.
Yeah.
A high of 79. Tonight's low drops to 39, and then for Wednesday, warmer, a high reaching 88.
There they are.
No significant rainfall in the forecast for Denver and the Front Range through Sunday. Currently, it's 56. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a double stack junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs. Small fries and a small drink. Grab your bag at Wendy's today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
All right, when it comes to real estate, I have two very important spots for you. First, selling your home. Now, people say, it's a slam dunk. I could sell my home easy. It just takes a few hours. Deputy Doc says his house sold in a few hours, but it didn't. What happened was he got a contract in a few hours. But then you got to go through loan approval, inspections, and everything else. Nowadays, if you want to forego the commissions, the inspections, all of the waiting periods, and just get a check, there is another way. Homevestors. Now listen, before you say they're not going to pay me what I want, at least call them. You have nothing to lose. You may be just getting a check and moving on. You can take the longer way as well. It's up to you. But at least call Homevestors, 800-44-BUYER. For your price, 800-44-BUYER. Now, another thing with real estate is when you're buying, you need a loan, right? Or you have a place you want to refi, and you're thinking the rates are too high to refi right now. Not really. Not if you're pulling out cash to pay off high-interest debt. You could still be saving a lot of money. Plus, with Ideal Home Loans, once you do that, they monitor the rates for you. If rates go back down, they refinance you free of charge. You have a 2-year period where you're in a warranty. And if rates go down by just 0.75%, they refi you. And every time you get 2 years, they also have a pre-approval program that puts you at par with a cash buyer. This pre-approval is like a cash deal. You're already approved for a certain amount. You go out and find a house that appraises, get the title work,
and you closed. IdealHomeLoans.com, always working to put you number one in your market. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. First they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000.
Hey folks, if you have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust...
Okay, here are the refrigerators finally ranked.
You'll want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals at Water Pros. These guys are veteran and family owned and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. You can get water softeners starting at $2,195 installed at waterpros.net. Visit waterpros.net and sign up for a free consultation today.
When you are sick, injured, or experiencing an urgent medical problem, the last thing you want to do...
I wonder how Paul got Dave Ramsey to do his commercials for him.
It's easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just pay him?
Just go to an agency. Yeah, they just...
That's right. Receive same-day, high-quality care from expertly trained medical professionals in the comfort and...
So what is Mark doing? A tour of the southern United States? What's he doing down in Mississippi?
Who?
Mark.
Oh, he's going all around the country.
It's like a 5-week road trip.
A big circle. So he just started to go straight west, east. So he went through Oklahoma, Missouri, you know, the Ozarks, then down to the Gulf Coast there. And then he's going to come about this way and back up. I think a big circle.
Nice. She asked him what gas prices were like in Mississippi.
As we age, we care.
He said he's paying $5.50 a gallon for diesel for his RV.
You and your family. Hey, it's Mandy Cole.
How many gallons does that thing hold, Tom? About 15?
For what?
His RV, how many gallons do you think it holds?
Of fresh water?
No,
Diesel gas.
fuel.
Oh, fuel. Oh, shit. Mine used to hold 300.
Whoa.
I think 150 on each side, I think. Wait, is 150 giant? No, I'm sure. Maybe I'm wrong. 200 for sure. I'm pretty sure. 200.
$1,000.
Let me think. Because I used to spend about... Yeah, because really, you only get 7 miles a gallon, though.
That's $1,000 every time he fills up. Like 200 times $5
Let
a
me see.
gallon.
I'm going to look at mine. I had a Prevo.
Just ask Paul off the air how many gallons it is.
525longtermcare.com. That's 525longtermcare.com.
Fuel capacity. I've had this before. My H3, let's see.
After realizing it was irritable,
Okay, 200, right? 200 gallons.
Oh, crap. And finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is
That's still 1,400 miles.
in adults.
What's that?
I said, but that's still a range of 1,400 miles. If it's 7 miles a gallon.
Yeah, you can get as high as 9.
These symptoms were studied in combination, not
But
do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm
yeah,
you. Do not take
Shit, $1,000 every time you fill up. It's so fine.
You develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with.
I mean, probably wasn't when you had it, but now, at $5.
No, when I had it, we were cheaper. Yes.
Right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain,
Diesel.
Yeah, diesel's funny that way. Sometimes it's more than gas, sometimes it's less.
Learn more at Linzess.com or call
I don't know what it is.
My cousin was a chemical engineer for Exxon, and he would get a truck or a boatload of gas, and his job was to when you program.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Antonio's run on some bad luck here. He was using his car for Uber Eats and then got into an accident.
No, it got stolen.
Oh, that's right. That's what I meant. I'm sorry. It was stolen. And now, unfortunately, it's a 2015 Subaru. So you did not have theft coverage. Is that right?
Well, the insurance had just expired like a week before it was stolen.
Oh, man. So you had no insurance. How much are the fees you're facing right now? And is it worth bailing out, by the way?
Well, it is worth bailing out because I still owe on it. Being a 2015.
What do you owe on it?
I owe about 12 grand.
Oh my God!
The storage fees, Yeah, because it was a 6-year loan. I've been on it for 4.5 years now, so payments are about $500 a month. It's put me behind on my rent. It's put me behind on my phone.
Well, hold on. What's put you behind? You haven't paid anything yet.
No, losing my card.
Oh, because you can't do your thing.
Job. Right.
How
and
much?
All I have currently is a bicycle, and I'm supposed to start a new job tomorrow, but it's 15 miles away from my house.
What kind of job?
It's for True Green.
All right, so listen, how much total then are your fees, did you say?
Well, currently it's up to $370 as of today, and that would be as of 5:30 this afternoon to get it out. I would also need a tow truck willing to tow it off the lot, because since the registration had expired and there's no insurance, I would have to either that or I'd have to come up with the registration, which is $200, and the insurance, which is let me see, I got it.
So listen,
for insurance.
So you owe $370, and it's so much each day. Right. Is that right?
Yeah, it's $30 a day.
And when you get your car out, you have to have it towed. How are you going to get it? Where are you going to get the money to have it registered?
Well, I mean, I can start doing the Uber Eats, because I get paid daily on that.
So are your tags expired right now?
Yeah, just as of February, because of all the things going on with COVID-19. I had a lot of things going on, and I had to let them expire at the time. So they're not too far expired. I know a lot of people are still driving with expired plates.
Yeah, but you're not. You're going to get it towed again from where you live. Did you know that? You got to really look out for that, man.
It's in my drive. It would be in my driveway.
Well, do you own a home?
I rent one currently.
Okay, and it's just one home that you rent?
Yes.
Okay. Because in an apartment house, if you have expired tags, they're going to tow it.
Nope. I live in a private residence, which I'm already backed up on the rent on that because I missed the payment on May.
So how backed up are you on rent?
$1,200, which is my rent.
So you're 1 month behind.
Right.
Plus $370 on this, plus your tags, plus, I mean, you just got in a bad way all of a sudden.
Yep. And you went sour real quick.
So you need about $1,700 really is what you need, because otherwise you're going to be evicted. Is your landlord working with you?
Well, I've been unable to make contact with them because I'm on my cell phone got disconnected, so I'm at a Wi-Fi right now at Starbucks.
So your cell phone, how much behind are you on your cell phone?
It's like 300.
Are you there? Are you there? He was disconnected. So this guy really, it is patching the dike. I mean, or putting your thumb in the dike, the hole in the dike, because this guy's, he needs way more than just getting his car out. Of course, that'll help. But that's going to be $370. Then he has $1,200 for his rent. He has a lot of other stuff. $300 for his phone. I mean, he's in a bad way. And I don't know if anyone's inclined to help him. I mean, you can call me, 303-713-TALK. We'll put it together. I'm sure he'll call us back. We got another couple hours to go. Stick around.
On new true crime podcast Betrayal, a woman chronicles her fairy tale romance gone horribly wrong. When her seemingly perfect husband's secret life is uncovered.
This poor guy is his life is so fucked up.
It's like one thing happens, something else happens.
Snapchat, whatever I could get.
It's a cascade of bad events.
Yes.
Just a punch in the gut every single time.
Listen to Betrayal on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
From the host of the hit true crime podcast Dr. Death and Bad Batch comes a brand new unbelievable story. Sympathy Payments investigates the shocking tale of one woman, a former nurse, who spent nearly 20 years faking illnesses and tragedies until the victims confronted her on national television.
Sarah Delashman told people she had leukemia or muscular dystrophy, even Ebola. She knew enough to be convincing, but it was all a lie.
Listen to Sympathy Pains on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeartRadio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeartRadio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Trevor Alt. President Biden addressing the nation on the state of the economy as Americans face the highest inflation in decades, record high gas prices,
and he's blaming Republicans, by the way. That was his
If you
main
look at the
message.
economy today, it's clear we've made enormous strides. And our plans and our policies have produced the strongest job creation economy in modern times.
Inflation is also concern on Capitol Hill. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen testifying before the Senate Banking Committee. In Ukraine, Russian forces are now focusing on
We've done the best economy in ages.
Fresh missile
We're the
threats
best.
today. President Biden also said he's eager for Congress to pass a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. That could happen today. It's primary day in West Virginia and Nebraska, where Charles Herbster is running for governor. He was endorsed by former President Trump. Herbster is facing accusations he groped several women. That's something he denies. This is ABC News. For the first time in nearly 60 years, Britain's Parliament opened a new year-long session without Queen Elizabeth. Prince Charles stepped in instead. The 96-year-old monarch pulled out because of mobility issues. An iconic piece of art sold for a record price at auction. When the hammer came down at Christie's, it's selling $170 million. So did a few records. $195 million when fees were added for Andy Warhol's iconic 1964 portrait of Marilyn Monroe. Alex Rotter is chairman of Christie's 20th and 21st Century Art Department.
20th century works of art, American works of art, which is the highest price ever paid.
The buyer was unknown. The sale proceeds benefit the foundation that put the image up for auction. It helps children with health care and education. Brian Clark, ABC News, New York. It looks like Tiger Woods will be teeing off at next week's PGA Championship after officially being listed in the field. Trevor Alt, ABC News.
Rob tried to manage his constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating day after day. After realizing it was irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, he found another way and finally said yes to adding Linzess.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
KHOW News Time, 11:03.
Today's high in the metro area expected to be around 80 degrees, and it will be even warmer tomorrow.
Big warm-up temperatures near 90 degrees across the Front Range. That wind picks up to right around 30 to maybe even 4 miles per hour. So red flag warnings expected for tomorrow as well with that high fire danger.
Fox 31 meteorologist Kylie Burse says it will cool down a bit later in the week with highs in the 70s Thursday and Friday. Doctors in Colorado and across the country are dealing with rising numbers of teens with mental health issues. Dr. Kevin Carney with Children's Hospital Colorado says that includes the risk of suicide.
Really, in the last couple of years since this has happened, we've seen an almost 50% increase in the number of patients coming to our ERs for mental health-related conditions like anxiety, depression.
That says it's a problem.
It's going to take a while.
He also adds that bed capacity is an issue, with kids waiting for long periods of time before they can get the treatments they need. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Dartmouth and South Platte River Drive East, there's a crash reported
Wants to
there.
help Antonio.
Yes. Yes. Awesome, right?
That's awesome.
She wants to give like $100 and she wants to challenge like 20 other people to give money.
That's nice.
I know, that's
Reported delay.
But he's not here, so I can't
clear
say it.
225, C476, Bolton Turnpike, you name it. It looks like a pretty good drive. Spots 31, point weather. A high of 79, tonight's low 39, and then for tomorrow a bit warmer with a high reaching 88. No significant rainfall in forecast for Denver and the Front Range through Sunday. Currently it's 56. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast all week, the repairman who revealed the Hunter Biden laptop story is now suing Adam Schiff, CNN, Politico, and others. And will he win? We're going to tell his story. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
You know, so many people call me when they're injured and they say, Tom, who should I call? And I say, John Fuller, Fuller Law. Personal injury is nothing to fool around about. The other side will always try to minimize your claim. The other side will always try to make you feel greedy.
He had to go set up something. So I think he's going to come back though. But we do have a caller on line 3 who wants to help Antonio call back on line 4. So you've got Antonio back on line 4. You've got Kathy who wants to help Antonio on
That
line
is
3.
nice.
Do you need water or anything?
No, I'm fine right now.
Okay, well if you want me to order a pizza, let me know.
I'll let you know what you guys want. Yeah.
If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
This is Dave Logan for the law offices of Dan Kaplis, a serious law firm for serious cases.
$1,000 in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. WaterPros.net will get you the best water systems at the lowest prices anywhere. And I can say that based on personal experience. WaterPros.net. Get ready for the phone number. You will never find better systems at lower prices. Whole house conditioning under $2,000, and all the water you can drink. No more bottled water. Triple filter, reverse osmosis, drinking fountain at the kitchen or bar or whatever. You can get for under $1,000. WaterPros.net. 303-862-5554. All right, I want to go to the phones, take people who've been waiting a while, and get to you and help you. And we have people that called in and do want to help Antonio. Antonio called us and said he's down on his luck, and here's basically what happened. I mean, bottom line is he got his car was stolen when he was delivering Uber Eats. As a result, he got behind in rent a month. So now he's behind in rent. He's behind. Now he has to pay the $370 to get his car out. So I'm trying to roughly keep track of this. And by the way, the reason we do this, Antonio, is because really we find that small patches don't always work. And if we have donors and they know the real story, they're more apt to want to help if they know it's a complete picture. So let's just say call it $400 for your car fees plus $1,200 for your rent. Okay, so $1,200 plus, that's $1,600. And now on top of $1,600, go ahead. What?
I was going to say, because when I talked to the storage lot, they didn't have any keys recovered with the vehicle. So I talked to two different people. The dealer wanted $1,500 for a new key.
For a new key?
Security system. Right, but I talked to another guy, and he's willing to do a new key for $345, and he would come to me. And I'm just trying to do this as cheap as possible, which is why I wanted to do.
So that's $1,900. Then you have to get tags and all of that.
And then his phone is $300.
And $300 for your phone.
I would cover it.
I know you're willing to work and cover it. I'm just saying to truly get to ground zero, you need about $2,500, man.
Yeah, you're about right.
Anything's better than
really hurt me
nothing.
a lot.
Look, this show's all about help. You don't qualify, and please understand what I'm saying. You don't qualify for our charity account because truly, and I mean this truly, it's for the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst with kids and stuff. And also, it's not. We really are not in the business of just helping people who are hurting. By the way, not that that's a bad thing. That's a wonderful thing. We're just not. We just can't do it. We just don't have the facility to do it. And we'd frankly be giving money out every day. But we can at least make connections if people want to help. So hold on a second. Kathy says she wants to help. Kathy, you're so kind to want to help. How do you want to help, Kathy?
Hey, Tom, thanks.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't make a lot of money. I do have a job. I have a nice house and a landlord that's understanding. I am very blessed. I don't have a lot, but I have some. And I would like to donate $100 to this.
You are so kind. You are so kind.
Well, what I want to do is I would like to challenge your listeners because they're wonderful people. And I want to challenge them. 25 people, $100. You spend that in a day on nothing, you know? Give this guy what he needs. Share what you have. You'll feel better about it. And you know what, Antonio, listen, do not ever give up. That's the message that I want to convey to everyone. Sometimes we have hard times. Just don't ever give up because there's people out here that will help, and you'll get.
Well, you're a very nice person. Kelly, could you take her name and number down? That is very, very nice. 303-713 talk. Hold on. Did you say there's someone else too that called in? I think someone else called in. Hold on, and then we'll also talk to we'll talk to you again. Hang on, Ralph. Go ahead. What's going on with you, Ralph?
Oh, there's this guy calling me, and he keeps saying that I can make 6 figures a month, and I keep telling him I'm not even working. I'm really sick right now. I had my prostate taken out. And
did you have prostate cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. When did you have that done?
2 weeks ago.
How are you feeling?
Not good at all because I had a kidney infection, and I'm just feeling a lot of pain and not doing good.
So listen, man, did you have to leave work for this? Are you on Social Security disability, or what's your story?
No, I'm trying to get disability, but it takes forever. I've been already denied, and
you were denied the first time. That's usually what happens. Did you go, and are you appealing?
Yeah.
With an attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Next question, Ralph. How did these people get a hold of you saying, hey, Ralph, you can make 6 figures? Where'd they find you?
Well, like first keeps a robot, like just the answering machine calls me, and this has been going on over a year. And then he finally called me yesterday personally, and I said, look, I'm really sick right now. I have cancer. I just had surgery.
And what did he say?
And he still kept trying to talk to me. And I said, look.
What does he try? What did he say the way is you can make money? What did he say?
It was like, you can make 6 figures a month. And I said, dude, I'm not interested. I said, I'm really sick. Leave me alone. And then I hung up on him. And so on purpose, he kept calling back.
But do you know his name?
No.
Okay. When was the last time he called you?
Yesterday around, I think, 3 o'clock.
Is he harassing you?
Well, I think it is because I keep telling him to stop calling me, and then he would keep calling me.
All right. Do you have a phone number for this guy?
Yeah, I just gave it to the lady.
All right, and you have
just block his number, Ralph.
Yeah. Have you tried that?
Yeah, I could show you. I blocked all kinds of numbers, and he would call me from a spam number. He's called me from blocked numbers. It's weird because I'm blocking and blocking and blocking.
Oh, I see. What's his name?
I don't even know. I couldn't understand the answer machine.
Okay, hold on. We're going to call the number and see.
Hey, Ralph, if it just goes to the answering machine, just delete it.
Yeah, I would just forget it and not answer, but I only answer my contacts anyway. And I figure if somebody is important and they have my number, they'll leave a message. Kelly, I want that number he gave you, and we'll try it. Jamie Baumgarten, Dr. Baumgarten is with us from RealCBDThatWorks.com, or Panacea Life Sciences is the name of the company. Are the airport kiosks getting any action? I'm just curious because I see it. I know it is great for travel, by the way, for anxiety in general, just calmness and stuff. But I don't know. How are they doing? I often wonder how CBD would do at a kiosk at an airport.
We were actually doing really well.
Really?
Yes.
People actually buy there.
Absolutely. And now we've actually closed down both those kiosks. One
okay.
was because DIA is remodeling and they want more food courts in
okay, all right.
And then the policy at the airport is that we could only sell topicals.
Oh.
So they had a complete CBD embargo, if you will. Again.
Why?
Because of vagaries with the federal law. And so, say, for example, if you're flying into Idaho, and I think we talked about this last time, Idaho is one of the few states where cannabidiol products are not state legal. So if you're flying into Idaho and you had CBD...
So CBD is not legal in Idaho?
Currently it's not.
That's crazy.
I agree. I mean, it's federally legal, and almost every single state now allows cannabidiol to be used corresponding to federal law. But Idaho is one of those that's still not legal.
We got more coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 3037.
Here's to the great American
senators.
That is weird.
So, in 2018, when it became federally legal, every state still had these Schedule I THC laws, except for like Colorado, Oregon, Washington. And so slowly, states have started to see the light, and they're changing their legislation to allow cannabidiol use for hemp products.
Well, I'm doing these spots right now. FixMyHome.com. What an easy website to remember. For an extraordinary deal for your plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains. Of course, this is the company that does all of it, but the extraordinary deal for new customers, if you want to get to know what they do and how thorough they are, they have an introductory special of $39, and that is to get your furnace or air in tip-top shape. Now, you need both for cooling, but I suggest you call them on your AC, and it's just $39. They'll go through every part of that AC, and they'll make sure it is running in perfect condition. They'll adjust it and give it its extreme clean and check all of the pressures. That's FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. Planning a retirement is more than just investing. It really is. It's more than just insurance. It's way more than just knowing what you have. Oh, I have a 401k, I have a SEP, I have this, I have that. It's coordinating all of them. What Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies calls the 5 pillars, which are income, investments, taxes, healthcare, and legacy, leaving what you have to your heirs, if that's your desire. And they can help you coordinate all these things. They really quarterback your retirement plan. They help get you ready for retirement and then execute a retirement plan. Listen, no one person can do it all. That's why I have Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies on my team. rpcenter.com. Call them, meet with them, find out what they do and how it saves you money. rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. They'll come to you, 970-663-3211.
What's been more?
I can never tell if you want me to do it a second time.
Medicine or
So they can outlaw anything they want? Jamie, so if they said we're outlawing vitamin C capsules, can they do that?
Welcome to
your world.
No, but I mean, is that
That's true. So the federal government can say it's legal.
Right.
The states can say it's illegal.
But,
And the flip is true.
Well, what I'm asking is, can they pick on anything and outlaw it?
Absolutely.
Well, they have to have a reason.
Well, what's the reason for CBD?
Well, because it's tied to, it was originally tied to marijuana.
Schedule 1 substance.
And then out the other nostril.
And we actually figured out that CBD had no psychogenic effects, so you could take it. And
What I don't understand is that I know it doesn't have any dispensaries or anything. That it's not legal. How many states is marijuana legal?
I think it's 27 states now, right?
27 states. Well, and then you talk about medical versus recreational, right? So there's 27 states with medical. There's like 14 that are recreational. But it's all tied to this stigma against the THC molecule.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there were 3 class 1 drugs: LSD, heroin, and marijuana. Cocaine and meth are class 2 drugs. So THC is more dangerous than meth or cocaine.
And then you've got, so it used to be like last year, Wyoming, Nebraska, Iowa, Idaho were the 4 states that actually had CBD still on the watch list.
Wow, that's amazing.
So think about Brittany Griner.
What was it?
Brittany Griner, the 7-foot basketball
Oh,
player.
yeah.
She's being held in Russia because she had.
Was it CBD or THC?
That was a marijuana then.
It was marijuana. Well, you know, part of it, she's stupid for bringing marijuana to a country like that. I mean, you got to have some personal responsibility.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's like if you were flying into some, you know, Middle East country, you wouldn't want to have marijuana in your.
So we're actually registering our CBD products in Dubai. So we're registering all of the CBD products that are THC undetected with the Ministry of Health.
How are those foreign countries better than America to deal with?
No, it's almost like the United States in terms of piecemeal laws, right? So even in Europe, there are certain countries that say yes, you're perfectly good as long as you below 0.2% THC. Others it's completely illegal. Italy is messed up depending on which county or which I don't know what they call the different sections in Italy, but in some counties, like here in Colorado, say for example, Dougco would be illegal, Jeffco it's legal, you know, so it's really weird in Italy. So it's still people trying to figure this stuff out.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Silverleaf Mortgage just let us know someone else called them for a reverse loan. They were able to help them. One of our listeners did not realize they could get a line of credit and have it handy. It's a wonderful thing. And he said he is helping his dad who really needs the reverse. Actually, it's his first dad. And it's the only way some people get to access their equity and stay in their home without paying taxes and get the assisted living they need. And that's Silverleaf Mortgage, by the way, one of our reverse lenders. So feel free to look them up, silverleafmortgage.com, 720-REVERSE is the number, 720-REVERSE. And you can find Silverleaf Mortgage on the referral list at referralist.com. So in any case, let's talk to Denise, and anyone else who wants to help Antonio, feel free to call. And Antonio, we'll do what we can to put this together. And then I'd like the number of that place that keeps calling this guy on disability who begged him to stop, and he keeps calling on how to make a 6-figure income, okay? So put that up on the board, and I'll call them. What's going on, Denise?
Well, hello there.
Hi.
First, I'd like to say I would be happy to support and come alongside Antonio and give my $100 to help.
Boy, that's so nice of you. My goodness. Okay, well, we'll get your information, but and again, we'll verify that everything he's saying is true, so people don't waste money. That's for sure. Hey, Denise, what's going on with you?
Sure. All right. Thank you so much. So I called in today concerning a place in North Glen called Sunny Slopes Estate Assisted Living, of which my Uncle Dwayne is a resident. This place is amazing. They took my uncle in when we had nowhere else to take him.
And it's called Sunny, what is it called?
Sunny Slope.
Okay, Sunny Slope. And you love it?
Well, yes, absolutely. They have given my uncle a new leaf on life. He was so severely sick with diabetes. They amputated a toe. He had broken his femur and was in a wheelchair and was facing the streets. And because of drug addiction, I could no longer allow him to stay at my home. And I'd done everything I could to try to find somewhere.
What was he hooked on, Denise?
Well, prescription pills, meth, really anything that he could get his hands on. And so we had hit the point where, because of financially all he had was Social Security, we couldn't get him in anywhere. And that's when Dennis and Tammy, the owners of Sunny Slope, were willing to step in, came to the motel where my uncle lived, or was staying, where we were keeping him, and talked with him face to face and told him,
wow,
if we give you a chance.
Now, is this what is this? Is it a rehab center or what?
No, sir. It's assisted living for low income folks that are either on Medicaid or financially don't have very much. And they have, I think, 32 residents. It's 3 meals a day, assisting with showers.
They're in North Glen, right? They're in North Glen.
Yes, sir.
So what are you calling about? Are you calling just to sing their praises?
No, sir. So we got a letter in the mail saying that in the height of the pandemic, they had an administrative issue with their application, and the state of Colorado has denied their renewal of their application effective immediately and has given everyone 30 days to vacate. And
oh, my goodness.
Who have nowhere else to go.
How many residents how many residents are there? Did you say 32?
Yes, sir. 32. Yes. And like my uncle, he just celebrated 1 year. His diabetes is under control. He's walking between a cane and a walker. He has found family there, friends there, life there. This place is incredible.
Did they say there's anything? Did they say there's anything they can do to get their license back?
Well, they've asked us to reach out to Governor Polis, to the senator, to absolutely anyone that can bring light to what is about to happen. And I immediately just thought of you. So
okay, I'd like to know this administrative matter that they're talking about. It seems you would think they would give them time to correct this situation. There's something I'm not hearing. Do you have a contact at Sunny Slope Estates?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. I'd be happy to give that to you. All
right, hold on. Kelly, could you take this contact at Sunny Slope, maybe have Deputy Doc start by calling over there and see if there's anything we can do to help them keep their license or investigate as to why they lost their license. If someone wants to come on and talk, apparently the people there love it and they want help.
Yeah, absolutely. And just an update, Antonio, we already have had 2 other callers that have called in to donate money to him.
And Denise wanted to help as well, she said, the one I was just talking to on line 1. So, Antonio, people have a heart, and people know when you're going through some tough times what can happen. And Kelly will coordinate that for you. So he's the Uber Eats driver, had his car stolen while he's delivering at the door. And one thing led to another. He got behind in rent, got behind on his cell phone, and it's not like he's throwing up his hands. The guy wants to work, and he's not giving up, so that's a good thing. Diane, what's going on with you, Diane? Welcome to the show. I'm Tom. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to just first express my incredible gratitude. I just received a call. I called into your program on Friday about getting a vehicle revamped for some service that was done by Phil Long Ford here in Denver.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember that. That's right. I'm trying to look your original call up. But anyway, what happened?
Well, so just today I received notification from the dealership in Manhattan, Kansas, that the vehicle is all repaired. Phil Long Ford has paid by their credit card. We're ready to pick it up.
Good.
And my daughter will be graduating from med school on Friday. So
okay, so she had purchased this. She had purchased this from Phil Long. Is that right?
No, she'd purchased the vehicle from another dealership here in town. We just had an issue. We were going to have an oil change done at Christmas time. The oil change went bad. They had overflowed.
That's right.
Yeah, and leaked into the engine, caused the crack in the heads and so on. So I replaced the engine to the tune of $14,000.
Oh my God, that's right. You were still having trouble, right?
Yep, I was. But I wanted to call and tell you that just today they made payments. The dealership in Kansas is ready to release the vehicle. We've got a car now after almost 5 months. And
so that installation that they did cost you $13,700, and you said after it went bad, you had a tough time getting a hold of them.
Yeah, they didn't return a call at all until I called your program, and Deputy Doc, I think his name is, I hope that's correct, was kind enough to intervene and help me.
Yeah. Deputy Doc, do you recall this one? This was a good one.
I do. I made some phone calls, and I'm glad it was...
yeah, we're really happy. Thank you very, very much, man. I mean, it's so nice to hear about that, and it gives me an excuse in the middle of the week to sound my dinger. That's what. And it's always nice to do that. What a relief.
Shannon blew it. I was going to have him play the Lone Ranger.
Oh, I have it. I thought I had it here. Hold on.
Okay. Well, he has one for Marty.
Yeah,
I wanted the Lone Ranger for my...
I'm trying to have one. It's
right now we're looking good.
Not the full thing, but...
So we can add another 14,000 to our to your total, Tom.
That's really good. Right now between North Glen and Castle Rock. 225 is a great drive, both directions, 11 minutes between I-70 and I-25.
Nice graduation present to the daughter. Gets out of med school on Friday and gets her car back.
June was the best month of my life. Well, not really, but you know what happens? You graduate in May from medical school, and you start your internship July 1st. So you have a whole month sort of just after 4 years of medical school and everything, you're totally burnt out. You have a month to sort of recoup.
To catch up on your sleep before you go through a year of no sleep.
Is it?
Because we don't need a mascot to save you money. Root for good drivers. Download the app today. It's when you make lives. Move.com for details.
All right. So Zero Res is doing something special. And you know what I like about Zero Res? You heard the joke, right? Nothing. Because they don't use anything to clean your carpets except pure water, softened water, alkaline-based water, but it's water nonetheless to get in and sterilize and clean and get out the pathogens and make your carpets like new without any dirt-attracting residue. What I love right now is they'll do 3 room areas for just $109 plus a free hallway area. So you got to call them for details, 303-471-5150. That's 3 rooms, just $109 plus a free hallway. And you see, what I really like about Zero Res is that nothing part of their cleaning solution where it dries quicker, they use less water, and there's no dirt attracting residue. It's safe for pets, safe for kids. 303-471-5150, 471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com. The promo code on that is free haul, ZeroResDenver.com. If you're selling your old silver, jewelry, gold, platinum, anything with precious metals, or if you are looking to even sell good jewelry now, yeah, just regular jewelry, or diamonds, David Ellis is buying. That's the message, whether it's old tangled messes, mismatched earrings, or good jewelry and stones. 2640 East 3rd Avenue. That's 3rd and Clayton.
From a name you've known and trusted for 40 years, David Ellis Jewelry, 303-322-8779.
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe for men dealing with erectile dysfunction, or ED. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two about the universe to explain our treatment, an astrophysicist. Peak Performance.
Hi, I'm an astrophysicist. What makes Peak Performance the smartest ED solution is that it uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery, no side effects, and are effective for over 80% of men.
Peak Performance. Very smart. Call Peak Performance today at 1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow evaluation. That's 1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or visit peakperformanceformen.com. Peak Performance. Men at his peak. You have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy.
So Tom, is that you're going to this place, a stand-up MRI?
Yeah.
How you actually stand up?
No, it's called upright. No, you don't. But it's you sit. You for your spine, you sit. You can stand for some, but it depends on what you're having scanned.
Okay.
So basically, it's just a big open MRI. So it has a giant magnet over there and a giant magnet over there, and there's about this much room in the middle, and it's open all the way around, like 2 giant pills.
Right.
And a chair slides into there, so you're between these 2 pills, but you're not closed in a little tiny little tube.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And I've had it done before several times. I mean, they're good people, and that's what I prefer. And the days of them saying it's not as accurate is not true. It's very accurate. It's very good. Very high quality images.
So you had this problem for a while?
On and off, I've had a lower back issue for a while. Yeah, I have. And it's just the incidence of going out, as I say, going out, of nerve impingement happens more frequently and lasts longer. It used to be very infrequent, so I put up with it, do some stretches.
You ever done one of those TENS?
Huh?
The TENS?
No, I need one of those. I used to have one. It used to be really nice when I had, yeah. TENS are great.
Yeah, there's like $30 per enrichment. Has a pretty good one. It's nice.
That's a good idea. I should have one just to have.
You never figured out where it was in your house, huh?
No, I used to have a really good one. No, I can't figure out what I did with it because
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc.
I think I bought it years ago, and I used it several times.
When my back goes like that, I just hook that thing up, and I should go to work and sit there.
You can get started.
There she is.
After the next break, we'll do it. Okay? So I'm going to go back for a few minutes and come back, then I'll run to the restroom, and then we'll do it. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-38255.
Guess who's in the house? Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com. I'm getting it done. Yep, I say about every 3 weeks. Sometimes when I'm under the weather, last time she was here, is when I threw my back up. And I said, oh, it only lasts a while. I'll get over it. Still haven't gotten over it. And I swear to God, I sound like a walking commercial. I'm going to Colorado Pain Care after this. But true story, man. There are so many, though, permanent treatments you can do now for backs that I'm just going to, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to get an MRI and get it done once and for all. But people, I'll tell you what, no matter what, being inactive is a bad thing. And if you are in a pain cycle, don't be in a pain cycle to where it makes you inactive. And I know a lot of people do the CBD just to stay active, It's a great anti-inflammatory, isn't it? But it's not a blood thinner, is it?
No, it doesn't thin the blood at all. Actually works really well as an analgesic for all different types of pain.
Without killing your kidneys.
or your liver.
Yeah. Tammy, she has an issue with long-term health care insurance here. Tammy, what's the issue?
Yes, thank you for taking my call.
What's going on?
The issue is my parents have had a long-term care policy since 2001. We did use it. My mother had Alzheimer's and died 2 years ago, and she was in a long-term care facility for about a year and a half, and they paid beautifully. They were wonderful.
Well, what's the problem now? What's the problem right now?
My problem is my father just got a letter from them, and the premium is increasing 87.49%.
What? The premium for what? For the premium for
his long-term care insurance is going up 87%.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me. Why 80? That's almost double. I mean, you're talking 87% of what they're paying is being added on top of it again.
Yes.
Why?
Because they can do it. This is what the letter says. We are writing to inform you of an upcoming 87.49% premium increase for our long-term care policies, which will impact your current policy with our company.
Now, this policy is not being used yet, right? You're just in the payment period, right?
My mother used hers. My father has not used his. They had two separate policies.
And in order to use it, do you have to pay it up until you use it and then it turns into a benefit?
Yes.
Because it sounds crappy to me. Listen to this. What if somebody paid all those years for this coverage and now can't afford it because what would prevent them from raising the there must be some limits in your agreement. It doesn't sound fair. It's almost like they're culling they're trimming the herd so they don't have to support that many.
That's exactly what it says. And he signed it, and it says in what he signed, the policy is not intended to be a qualified long-term care insurance contract as defined under section
Well, what was it purchased as then? If it wasn't purchased as long-term care,
that's what my point is. What it was sold as, that's what it took care of my mother as. But now,
when it was purchased, what was it sold as? Health insurance? What was it?
No, it was sold as long-term health insurance.
And now they're saying it's not meant to be long-term health care.
Well, they're saying, according to the tax law, it's not. But that is how sold.
Listen, you have a contract, right, with this company?
Contract, yes.
It's long-term care insurance. You entered into a contract. And it should have been discussed how much they can raise the premium, because what would prevent people from collecting a premium for 20 years of someone's life and then tripling it?
Well, right here it says.
Do you get all your money back if you discontinue it? Do you get your past premiums back?
Not. And it says the increase could be 5% of the previous year's dollar amount. That was what he signed, but it wasn't 86%.
But did it limit anywhere to? I need to see, for us to have somebody look at this, we need to see the policy.
Okay, I can fax it to you or copy it and send it to you.
Yes, we'll get it. We'll get you to Kelly, and she'll tell you. And I also need to see the notice of the increase.
I can send that to you.
Hey, Kelly, if you can arrange for us to get that long-term care policy,
okay,
along with the notice, and then her information, because here's why. We got to figure out how the hell this happened. It just doesn't sound conscionable. What would prevent them from collecting premiums for many years and then making it so expensive that no one can afford it? It's ridiculous. It does not sound right to me at all. 303-713-TALK is our number, 713-8255. We can cut Antonio loose, too. We're trying to get him help. He was an Uber driver, an Uber Eats driver who had his car stolen when he was at someone's door. It was outside running. Somebody got in it and took it. That put him behind on everything. And some people have called in and said, you know what? They believe him. And they believe he needs to get back on his feet, so they want to chip in to help him. He owes $370. It's going to be like $400 tomorrow on his impound fees, plus he owes some back rent, and he has to get his car registered, and he owes some other stuff. So, I mean, his cell phone bill, people are being very kind. Yes. Now, Tom, Doc, what did you work on?
I just spoke to the guy who runs Sunny Slope. You are not going to believe what the state is doing to him.
All right.
We're going to call him back at 12:05 after the break, and he's going to come on, and we are going to really draw our guns in on this. It's unbelievable.
And apparently this has great reviews, Sunny Slope Estates, and we'll figure out what's going on there and try to help the people there. Hold on.
Okay, I'll say
You don't have two of those cocks already.
This report is sponsored by Kelly Blue Book.
I don't have a what to do.
What are you doing here?
Looking good up and down.
Oh, an IV.
Electrolytes or?
I want Toradol, and I want magnesium, and I want glutathione. I want some stuff for pain, plus hydration. Yeah. I'm gonna run to whatever you think. Yeah. I'm gonna run to the restroom as soon as I do these two spots and come back. I just have to do these two spots. So you don't have Blake, or you don't have Excel?
Kelly Blue Book is cash up to the foot offered to buy your car.
Okay, I'll do Excel then.
Wait till you hear what the state is doing to this guy.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
And drove away with confidence. For all of the hits, KBB.com it.
You know, and the caller.
ExcelRoofing.com as in excellent. That'll get you to the best roofer around. I've known him for more than 30 years. Excel Roofing, Jay Brett's, they don't take a cent until you're content. They don't go knocking on doors and making empty promises either. When they give you an estimate and a contract, it's fully filled out. They don't make secret deals with your insurance company. They let you know every bit of material you need, every bit of work you need, and if your insurance company is coming through for you or not. You need Excel Roofing, a roofer on your side, a roofer you can trust. They also have a repair department, and they help, of course, with their warranty. They honor warranties. They've been around long enough to do that, and they have thousands of satisfied customers. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400, 761-6400. When you're getting ready for retirement, you should also think about your estate. In fact, you should think about your estate throughout your life and update it every now and then. And to find out everything you need to know about your estate, why don't you call Blake Law? He's our expert on this show and can help you with wills, with trusts, with a combination of those, with deeds like beneficiaries' deeds or a deed to a car when someone dies. There are different ways to avoid probate or to face probate and to protect your heirs through their entire life. Give him a call. He only charges when he actually does something for you and gives you free information. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE. Okay, I'll be right back.
Don't get mugged out in the parking lot there, Doc.
Okay.
Don't get mugged out there in the parking lot.
What do you mean?
Jamie, I didn't know that you didn't know I did this.
No, I didn't think you saw that.
I didn't know.
I know you were hiding it.
Thank you, sir.
I wasn't counting.
Oh, you know, I was.
I'm sure you were.
I had a good night at the poker table.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, I won 1,800, so it was a good night.
All right.
He says,
what's that?
what happened the previous time? Before the last 3,600.
I don't know. For this game that he does on Mondays, he said the money just kind of goes around the group, you know, just changes hands. So
there are some people that lose a lot more than others.
So Ken, are you doing this mostly for entertainment or as an income stream?
Oh, the poker game? Yeah. Oh, definitely a really good bunch of guys who've been doing it for years.
So it's just more getting together and...
Yeah, but it's serious poker. I mean, everybody there really likes to play poker. They're all professionals. They're all very competitive. And like I say, there are people who win a lot, people who are in the middle, and people who lose. You know, anytime you have 12 guys, there's going to be some distribution.
Rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash.
And there's one guy who just has so much money he doesn't care. So it's very difficult to play against somebody like that.
Well, because he can go all in and just...
Well, yeah, he doesn't care about the money, so you don't know whether it's a good, you know, it's very hard to read him. But then, you know, but he loses because eventually, you know, he goes in on hands that he shouldn't.
Man, you shoved all kinds of additives in that one today.
Sometimes we push those health worries to the back of our mind.
Looks like urine.
But if chest pain, heart racing, or shortness of breath have been bothering you,
bring
them up front and call a doctor. It could be a condition like atrial fibrillation. AFib can have other symptoms too, and increases stroke risk about 5 times. This is no time to wait.
A message from Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Learn more at notimetowait.com.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin. Charmin got 6 rolls in one, lasts forever on my buns. Only super liquor when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to
Did you watch hockey game last night?
Oh, no, I was watching it on my phone during the poker game a little bit. I saw it was 3-2. I played one hand, and then it was 5-3.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. The third period was pretty short.
They scored 3 goals in what, like 2 minutes or something? It was, I couldn't
believe
it.
The last one was an empty netter.
Oh, was it?
Get started at Orchard.com.
They look really good, man.
Well, they're far and away the favorite to win the cup.
Your car is worth more right now than
I was going to get on.
That's pretty exciting.
Right, I was about ready to...
Trade up, trade down, whatever your needs are. The Sharpest Rides in Englewood, they're going to give you the best offer hands down. And the Sharpest Rides is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of.
Concierge service,
at
man.
the Sharpest Rides. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Rides, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestrides.com. You're going to get surgery, huh?
Well, that's what they think.
Can you do it?
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. So, the way I want to talk to, did Kelly get the number of the guy that keeps calling?
So it's a spam number. It
doesn't work.
It just goes to a menu of a bunch of different options. It's a spam number.
Okay, so in other words, he thought he had a number because of caller ID, but they're spamming numbers, so you can't call him back if you want to. This guy sucks. I mean, this guy keeps bothering this guy who's invalid at home, and he's recovering from cancer, and he's saying the guy just keeps hitting him up to try to get him to, make 6 figures a year, and he says, just leave me alone.
I have a feeling he actually engaged with one of these people, and it got probably escalated to a call center agent that now has a lead.
So they think he's a lead.
Correct.
Okay. Now, as far as this place goes, we got a call about this retirement home. Not a retirement home. It's assisted living, right? Yeah.
assisted living home, and apparently they're losing their license. We're going to get them on at the top of the hour, right?
Yes, it's a story you won't believe, Tom. It is just a total travesty of justice.
Well, really?
Yeah, wait till you hear the story.
My goodness, and there's 32 residents there.
And they're all low income.
And the people sing their praises.
Absolutely. They love it there. Wait till you hear the story. It's a good tease, but you will be incensed by what you hear.
Is there anything we can do about it?
Well, yeah,
if we get enough people shook up, can we do something about it?
That's what we're going to try to do.
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm hooked up to the trough from Rocky Mountain IV Medics.com, and they're giving me my routine IV therapy that you can get for no more than a hydration bar, sometimes cheaper, actually, and it's fun. Yes. Antonio, we don't need to keep on the line. Antonio, we're going to try to hook you up with the people that want to help you. Kelly's going to coordinate that.
Yeah, we've done that. We've already had about 4 callers call in.
That's very nice. They want to help him because he was down on his luck. Dr. Jamie Baumgarten is with us. We're talking about CBD. They're starting to make other products. So what you said something about a new equine product. You know, Colorado, obviously a giant horse state for horses, obviously, and CBD. As soon as I tried CBD, I knew where it would help. It's going to help with pain. It's going to help with anxiety more than anything. Horses can be very anxious animals, and how is the horse community looking at it, though, as far as horse shows, Olympic events, dressage? Are they outlawing CBD? Are they thinking it's enhancement for a supplement that enhances their performance? Are they banning it? How are they looking at CBD in the horse world?
Well, Tom, if you have a horse racing in the Kentucky Derby, you shouldn't use the product.
Okay, they don't allow anything, do they?
No, I mean, and they archive the blood samples forever, right? So they can go back and test as they change rules. But people that have working horses,
yes,
dressage,
right,
pets, if you will.
Yeah, sure. Trail riding,
this
Western,
This material is fantastic for actually helping out with anxiety and exercise recovery. Very similar to us in terms of how.
Why does it help with I don't understand how it helps with exercise recovery.
So anytime you exercise, remember we talked about the anti-inflammatory component, right?
Right.
So every time you exercise, you have micro tears in your muscle, and your body actually has an inflammatory response to heal that.
And that's how you build muscle too.
Correct.
Those micro tears and the healing and the scars. Yeah.
Correct. So it helps like a horse who's actually had a hard trail day ride carrying like a fat guy like me, right? So it actually will help that recovery, help the soreness, and help them recover to get back on the trail the next day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about canine products? We have a lot of dog lovers in this state.
So very similar to the horse element is that we already carry 2 or 3 different dog products, and it helps with dogs in 2 components, just very similar to horses, anxiety as well as age-related movement disorders. So you think about an older lab that has problems getting up from a prone position, climbing stairs, getting into a car.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is pretty amazing. We've actually done a clinical study to show that out of 27 dogs that had this issue, you give them about 5 milligrams of CBD, and 15 minutes later, they've got a ball in their mouth. They're looking to play. It's pretty miraculous.
Now, on the cosmetic lines, I've gotten emails about the cosmetic lines. They have anti-inflammatory properties. That automatically, for a woman, and I say women because when it comes to cosmetics, those are the ones I'm mostly familiar with. They talk about this eye serum being amazing and stuff. So does it all have an anti-inflammatory feature to it?
So the beauty products are formulated to do different things with respect to the skin. So overall, the anti-inflammatory properties of cannabidiol are going to help, for example, bags under the eyes, but it also helps in repairing wrinkles. So it's more like an anti-aging property that cannabidiol will actually have when applied topically to the skin.
All right. So if you're interested, you can go to realcbdthatworks.com, put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. That's realcbdthatworks.com. Coming up, we'll talk about this assisted living facility, Sunnyside or Sunny Slope Estates, and what happened to it and why it's a travesty.
Don't be that person.
What's that?
You didn't take any ibuprofen?
No, not IV. I took aspirin today. Like, I took it at 8 this morning. I took a bunch, but I always did it.
That's pretty exciting. Trade in, trade up, trade down, whatever your needs are. The Sharpest Rise in Englewood, they're going to give you the best offer hands down. And the Sharpest Rise is so easy to get to, just located minutes
I
from
wish actually
the best
magnesium
of
is
town.
also
From their trade buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of. Get the best deal at the Sharpest Rise. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Rise. Best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestrise.com.
Is your concrete sinking, interior floor, basement, or
I'm just pulling out.
Brian here with advanced mud jacking. I've been lifting concrete in
all the
Colorado
stops.
for over 30 years. We use cement, nothing toxic. Advanced mud
Now I'm
jacking.
feeling really, I felt really strange right now with that.
Advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com. Portions of the following program are recorded.
Okay, well, something with it. Felt weird. I never had a weird feeling before. Like tingling.
It's
Got
Tom
my
Martino,
arms.
the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free
Both
live
those?
radio
Huh?
at
Both those?
khow.com.
No, this one. I mean, it's gone away. Yeah, I don't have any chest pain or anything. Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. But what would cause a heart problem with it? No, I know, but what would cause nothing? Nothing. I mean, I definitely felt the tingling. Yeah. But I mean, I think it was the overall
Our
reaction.
plans and our policies have produced the strongest job creation economy in modern times.
Indiana authorities say Alabama.
One other time I felt, I don't know what it is. Obviously I'm not having any distress, or I'm not having any pain, any discomfort, any heaviness, nothing.
The criminals.
Magnesium can make you feel a little bit.
But you are stressed.
like that.
I'm stressed because of my back, but I'm saying I'm not feeling serious stress. See, the thing about a back pain is you have pain without sickness. You know what I'm saying? That's almost worse, because when you have the flu and shit and you're like this, you don't really care that you do care you're in pain, but you're not fighting it. With my back pain,
desperately for solutions. Some parents using eBay and
it's a terrible thing because I'm raring to go. I want to work out. I want to do stuff, and I'm just in fucking pain.
are turning to the internet.
Believe it or not, I've been in pain since you left that time. I swear to God, I thought it would get better, right? Here's what I think happened, really. I was in pain, and I started doing stretching to get out of pain. And I think I kept re-injuring myself, and it kept moving around. I really do think, because before it was on the left leg, it was all that. Then it got better a little, but it went. Then I started feeling pain over here. So I think what I'm doing is I'm stretching every morning. I was doing these. I went online to see these low back exercises, and I think instead of just leaving myself alone, just relaxing, I think I just kept fucking irritating it, and I kept getting that inflammation response, but in different areas and in different nerves would be involved. It's obviously a nerve problem because I can literally feel it where it starts and where it goes. I mean, yeah, that's what they say, but it's not one. I think it's the piriformis. If you want to know the truth, I think my muscles, the piriformis muscles and the QL, I think they're spasming. I can feel them. And then they squeeze on nerves. So it may be a combination of a disc problem, but I think it could have a lot to do with my muscle spasms. I mean that's why I think this stuff will stop muscle spasms, because the hydration alone will help. So I'm just trying to get a permanent solution because I'm tired of this. I mean, it's been happening more often now, longer. It used to happen maybe every 2 or 3 months. I'll get a little twinge and it goes away. Now it seems, and usually I'm doing something. The problem was getting up off a fucking chair. That's what I didn't do anything. You were here. I didn't do anything. This thing helps though. This thing, this cushion really feels good.
The cops have not improved. Things have not improved over this decade.
There was an hour delay in the council meeting as advocates for the homeless refused to give up.
That was it. When you gave me the injection of the Toradol, I felt it. That's what it was. Because I'm not feeling anything. now, but I definitely felt it go through my system, and I never felt that before.
Oil refinery in Commerce City reporting its third fire.
No, or maybe it was just, there's nothing, we're not doing NAD.
Gasoline refining yesterday.
No, NAD will make you feel like that, but usually nothing else.
Suncor says the cause of the fire under investigation. The state hoping to give women seeking employment a helping hand today. The Department of Labor and Employment is holding a virtual job fair. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Crutches into the restroom. They're
I like to see if I navigate with crutches.
And then they're watching like, what the fuck is on? Why is he here?
Working your way past I-76. An accident reported south on 225 at Parker Road. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. A high of 79 today. Tonight's low 39.
So I'll get you some sample of that
So we're going to be here for the rest of the week and then
I'll get you a sample of that horse face.
Yeah, that would be cool. My sister-in-law would love it.
What else do you need?
60. With your impact traffic and weather.
The horse face would be great. I'm going to send it to her.
Need to hire? Need Indeed. They're hiring.
The only horse I have now is through her out there. Mine, I don't have a horse.
In one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Ideal Home Loans has a better plan. They can help you with
What were you saying, Doc?
Oh, so we'll be here this week and next week, Monday.
I think Monday, yeah. We're gonna monitor it, but I think that's the day. I want to get the equipment tomorrow or the next day and make sure it's all working.
They are going to be completely debt-free.
What are you going to do? You're going to come here, but what?
I don't know.
But
I'll
here's
go
the
wherever
thing,
you want me to go.
But what phone? Here's the thing, though. What camera? I mean, do we address? If we bring one of these with us, to set it up is not that easy. Mark said all you have to do is get a USB.
Right. Plug it in and.
Well, I have a USB camera. I have a couple of them. You can plug in there and just use that one. Is that what? Then you can come to the house.
Yes.
We'd have to bring all that with us.
Oh, you're right.
303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
Otherwise, you can take a picture of that
show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Dan. Join me today at 4. We'll dive into the
YouTubers won't be happy, but they'll go, what? There's nothing on my screen.
Join me at 4. A grand in your hand. Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at khow.com.
Yeah, there you go. Kelly's going to be here, right? Here. In there.
Yeah, everything in there will be known.
Okay.
This is the
This way he has about 10 minutes to run and drop his time, right? Dennis, you got east.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Harris Family Law is a sponsor of this hour, one of the best places to call, and I hope you never need them, but if you're going through a divorce, a separation, child custody battle, or something like that, the good part about Harris Family Law is they truly try to take the conflict out of it and the heat and the expense by doing collaborative law. They cooperate with the other side to only file, not to file in court, but to only discuss everything first and to put everything in the decree. They do everything outside of court that they can, and it really has proven to save money, and other counsel has cooperated with Harris doing their collaborative law. Harris Family Law. By the way, Harris will do as much or as little as you want as far as unbundled services. So you can participate and do some of the legwork. 303-515-5000, 515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com. So a woman called and said, you know, I have a brother and uncle with a substance abuse problem, and he was getting old and he's got problems. And we found this wonderful assisted living facility, and it's called Sunny Slope Estates. And in fact, she said she couldn't believe how wonderful it was. They helped her brother get over his addiction or get better. His sugar, diabetes is under control, and it all seems to be going well. Then she got a notice that it's being shut down, and she was shocked by that because she said, I've never had such a good place before as this. So we have Dennis, who is the owner, administrator of Sunny Slope Estates on, and he wants to tell his story. Now, Deputy Doc says I'm going to be outraged at this. Dennis, I'd like to ask a question. How long was Sunny Slope Estates in business?
My wife and I have been operating assisted living homes for low-income Medicaid residents for 20 years. This location has been in business since 2012.
Okay. Now, you get a lot of great reviews. People love you. Families love you. So we must be doing something right.
Well, we operate quite differently than the norm.
In what way?
Well, we take people for who they are and where they are. We don't have preconditions for acceptance other than our ability to meet their care needs. Now, because of that, we don't have a lot of openings, and I can share a little bit more about that later, but people generally call us, and not just the public, hospitals, placement agencies, ombudsmen, doctors' offices, they all call us when they have a situation where they know these people have no options, no hope, because they know that we will give it our best shot to help them. And if we can't help them, we'll coach them through the system to help them find help.
What propelled you on this mission, by the way?
You know, that's an interesting question. I was unemployed, and I started learning about the assisted living industry and got really intrigued with it. And I started, as a business opportunity, and it ended up being a mission because we don't make a lot of money at it, and that's because of the clientele that we take care of. And it's just become a mission. And believe it or not, you just cannot believe how wonderful the people are who have been kicked around their whole life when somebody stops kicking them. They're so appreciative, and they're just so loving, and and that's what it's become. I mean,
hey,
that's who
Dennis,
we are. We have evolved to a very loving, accepting environment.
Dennis, I take it you get yearly reviews for your licensing?
We apply for a license every year, and, in the industry, we get inspected on a regular basis. And we don't have any outstanding issues, and quite honestly, I've had 100% perfect inspections in the past. Medicaid facilities, there's a handful of them out there. There aren't many. But some of them are just not places you would put a family member.
So what happened? Why are you why is a place so nice losing a license to operate?
Because you remember COVID. Apparently a lot of people have forgotten about it. But it was very difficult to operate under COVID for the last 3 years. And just to give you kind of a baseline, the average cost to be in an assisted living home in the state of Colorado is between $5,000 and $8,000. 100% of my income is determined by the state of Colorado, and they pay us $2,600 for the exact same requirements of care. But we've made it work. This has turned out to be our life's choice, and we have made it work for $2,600.
So Colorado pays, through what program does Colorado pay? Is that social services?
It's through Medicaid. The federal dollars
got it.
The dollars come from the federal government, but the state determines how they're spent.
So they pay 26.
Is one of the lowest they're one of the lowest paying states in the country for assisted living and Medicaid.
Okay. So what's going on, and why did you lose your license?
So we applied for our license in July, as we normally do. And as all other businesses and industries are, we could not get help. And we were financially already hurting because people were afraid to put their loved ones into a healthcare facility for fear that they would never see them again when the whole thing about lock them up and don't let visitors come in the door was going on.
Right.
So we were struggling anyway. We needed a couple of documents, one of which the state already had 6 copies of, which was a copy of our lease, and that hasn't changed. And so at the time, I didn't have it at my fingertips, so we were late getting that turned in. The other document was a certificate from the Division of Fire Safety. When I contacted them, they said, we don't issue those to you anymore. They go straight to the state. So that document wasn't even available to me because they already had it. When I told them that, they never even responded to me about that one. So then they started fining us for delinquency. Well, I didn't have the money for the fines. And I didn't get a rate increase until February 1st. And by then, I started getting all my back bills paid up. You know, I was working with the electric company and the water and all that just to make sure that, you know, we didn't lose anything and we took care of these people. And when we finally got caught up and got the money, the state didn't want the money because they'd already made up their mind. And then they sent
What do you mean they didn't want the money? What did they want? They said too late? You lost your license?
To go through, it was too, they said too late, you can appeal our decision. So I went through the appeal process. The problem is I didn't have the money for an attorney. So I went and they put me up against a state attorney. I don't have a law background, and I did the best I could to plead our case. And I basically threw myself on the sword. And I told the judge, I'm just pleading for some compassion here. These people came here because they didn't have anywhere else to go, and I can pay the fines. I can get this all taken care of, but nobody will work with me because they just don't want to. So the current situation is that I have 32 residents, some of which that have lived with us as much as 12 years. None of them, without exception, want to be moved. Denver 7 came out and did a story on us yesterday, and I encourage people to see their video because you get a flavor of who our residents are and the kind of people we help. We've gone through the entire COVID thing. We've invested all of our savings, my wife and I, into taking care of these people. We're now out of it and able to get back on our feet, and then this happens. And here's the sad thing. We went through the entire COVID thing without a single incidence of COVID outbreak or deaths. I don't know of any other facility in the state that can claim that. Maybe there are. I'm not saying there aren't. I just don't know of any, and nobody's been ever able to tell me of any. We were 100% COVID-free, and we never once barred a family member from seeing their loved one. We have policies and procedures in place to keep people safe.
All right, so hold on. Is it impossible to get your license now, you're saying?
No. All the state has to do is reverse their decision, but they won't even discuss that with us.
Well,
and that's
you went
why
through...
we're reaching out to people to contact the Department of Health, Elaine McManus, the governor's office, and anybody else they know.
Who is Elaine McManus? Who is Elaine McManus?
Elaine McManus is the head of the Health Facilities Division who made this decision. And Jill Ryan Hunsaker is the head of the Department of Health and Environment, who Elaine reports to. There's all kinds of people there.
Do they think they're putting a real bad player out of business? Is that what they think?
I think they think that they're putting a player who has a history of pushing back on them for things like this out of business. And that is beside the point. I mean, if they want me to go away, I offered to sell the business to another owner to preserve the home for the residents. They said no. I offered to step down and bring in another administrator to run the business. They said no.
Why do they want you out of business so badly?
I don't know. You'd have to ask them.
Were you ever written up before or in trouble?
No. I mean, every facility is cited for, something. The hot water tank is too hot or, whatever. But I mean, nothing. I've never had any serious incidents. But, I don't just roll over either. And if they do have an issue, I make them, document it, and and if I make, if I need to make changes, I need to make changes. At the end of the day, my career, my life, and my business is about the people I serve. And maybe it's arrogant of me, but that's it.
So is there any, so right now, do you have orders to close on a certain date?
May 18th. And there's no chance that these people are going to be placed by May 18th. I've asked for an extension. I've not heard anything on that.
When did Channel 7 story air yet?
Yesterday.
It aired last night at 10 o'clock.
Did you get any reaction to it?
I've had a handful of phone calls. Our residents have had a lot of phone calls. The story was not really telling people what to do other than to reach out to anybody they know, which is why I'm thrilled to be talking to you.
What is the reporter's name at Channel 7?
CB. She does human interest stories, I believe.
Do you have a phone number for this Elaine McManus?
Elaine
McManus. That's what we need.
Elaine McManus.
Hold on, we can find all that out. So, Dennis, wow, this whole thing just seems like a nightmare. I mean, it does, and I don't know how you get so sideways though that they say it's too late.
Well, you have to know about how this whole system operates.
But forgive me for saying this, but I know this from taking consumer complaints. There are a lot of bad operators in this business. They should be.
Oh, hey, listen, Tom, I am the first one to say there needs to be oversight, but there needs to be collaborative oversight. Let me tell you how McDonald's operates as a corporation. When somebody is in trouble on either side of their chain, supplier or operator, they don't shut them down. They don't look for a new supplier. They don't make changes. They go in and say, let's sit down and figure this out together. That's how they have become the #1 corporation in the world.
Well, you're saying the state just barks commands and wants compliance, and there were a few documents.
They never once reached out and said, how can we help you? Here's another example of that. Everybody in our industry was hurting for employees. Everybody. And I was paying $14 an hour 2 years ago, and now I can't even get somebody to talk to me for less than $20, and the state doesn't pay me to pay that kind of money. So, we've been hurting. So the state comes out with this program where they can provide labor to you if you're in trouble. I've applied for that labor twice, and you know what I was told? I don't qualify because I had no COVID in my operation. If I had people sick and dying from COVID, I would have qualified for the help. But because I didn't qualify for any help. I don't even know what to do anymore.
You ought to get a comment from Elaine McManus, Doc, from the Department of Health as to why they wouldn't give this place a chance to stay open. Right now, what are your fines amounted to right now in total?
It's not that much. I think it's less than $3,000. But and people say, well, God, that's not much money. Well, it's a lot of money when you can't fill beds because you're.
Yeah, but right now there's probably 100 people listening that would pay that.
But you did have the money, right, Dennis? You're willing to pay.
I have the money.
Are they saying that no matter what, they're not going to let you operate?
They won't even talk to me.
See, now there's something.
They won't even take my phone calls.
Doc, there's something wrong there. Hold on, man. Hold on. I got to take a break. I'm running way behind. But this is important.
She's an interim director.
Do you have a number? Look it up.
Here's the department number, 303. There's something more to this. Because I interact with CDPHE all the time. You do what? I interact with CDPHE all the time for hemp regulations, as well as marijuana regulations. And they're actually really good people. So something's off.
But he sounds, I mean,
Yeah, but it's time to make sure your air conditioner is working at top-notch and high efficiency, and you can get that done for just $39 from FixMyHome.com or Fix It 24/7. Listen, these guys want to show you what they can do. They want to earn your business as a customer. They're willing then, in order to do that, they're willing to show you what they can do, and they're doing it for $39 to get your air conditioner fully inspected, extremely clean, and adjusted, and diagnosed for the entire heating season. They give you a no breakdown guarantee, and it's just $39. You can't get a deal like that for just $39. It's an introductory offer, practically refurbishing your entire AC system. That's FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939. Reverse loans are very special to me because they deal with people in need, senior citizens who want to tap the equity in their home, and they want to use it either as a lump sum to fix their house up, or maybe monthly payments, or a line of credit for emergencies. They even want maybe some assisted living at home. Whatever it is, you need to find the right lender, and you know there are only a few I endorse. One of them, Empower Reverse Mortgage. Mark and his team have a heart for seniors. They'll answer all of your questions. Call with any questions you have. EmpowerReverse.com, 720-500-7719, 720-500-7719.
So, Doc, one of the YouTubers said that they know who Dennis is. I mean,
yeah.
And this woman has tried to call.
You can't find dirt on this guy.
And Dwayne just hangs up on him.
The line does, or the woman?
This YouTuber says she has tried to reach out to Elaine McManus.
All right, well, I'm going to call Elaine right now.
And just
here's another phone number. I don't know if this is.
I have her. Kelly gave me her number. 877-518-5608.
There's another one right here.
What's your number for that?
303.
Yeah.
866.
Wait a second. 303-866-6684.
6684.
All right, I'm going to go try and see if we can get her.
Should be at lunch.
What was that?
She'll be at lunch.
Or I would escalate and contact Unsicker Ryan.
Contact who?
Have you been busy?
Not too bad. Steady.
Joan Unsicker Ryan.
Do you try to limit yourself to certain areas?
Yeah, it just depends. Like, I have clients here in Denver, so I'll just like call them up when I'm coming this way and see if they want one when I'm coming up this way. But usually I just do Northern Colorado.
Yeah,
that's the general switchboard.
All right, bring this right here.
Sorry, Nick. If I can find something else, I will.
Don't they publish those health inspections? I thought they publish them,
Yeah, they do.
What's done more to improve overall
Is winter usually busier for IVs?
No, it was like COVID that kept us so busy for so long, and then beginning of February it just all stopped, and we're starting to get some COVID trickle back in now. Strain going around. I don't know what it is this time.
It's all, everyone says it's a cold.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying, well, I'm positive for COVID, okay, but it's not serious. I mean, everybody's saying that. They're just sitting at home and they feel fine.
For most people, there are some people that it's taken out. Like it's really tough on them. I treated a guy a couple days ago with severe headache. That's like one of the number one things that they have is terrible.
CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Navage, clean nose, healthy life. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter.
With like those crystal lights in my water bottle. Oh yeah, I've had those before too.
What's Zip is? It's just a multivitamin.
Just a ton of B12, caffeine.
You can get them at Costco. Or they do. Yeah, they have, what is it, like 24 or something.
It's actually, so I usually drink a bucket load of coffee in the morning, and then do one of these like in the afternoon. It keeps me awake. Alert.
You want one?
Is it?
Hey, nice.
I think I'm fine.
Cool. What are they?
They have a ton of B12, ton of caffeine.
Put them in water?
Yeah. So if you're weaning like me with caffeine, like I only do half of it, because otherwise I'm like shaking so bad. I'm like trying to start IVs.
Orange flavor, all right.
Is that okay? I got grape too.
About how much caffeine does it have?
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Can we talk a little bit about what's trending?
Can't read it. It's my glass.
That's your mind garbage. It's like 2 cups of coffee, I believe.
Oh. So it's about 80.
Oh, I don't say how much.
It doesn't give the milligrams.
This is the B6 and the...
Needing blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install.
You know, hydration really
right now, save 45%
makes
off
a
any
difference.
order. Just use code radio at checkout.
Especially with that magnesium. It helped me last time too, and that was the worst.
Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, it's relaxing my back.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Garage Magic for you. Garage Magic for your garage. Beautiful garage floors. Garage Magic, 720-600-HOME. GarageMagic.com. Whether it be your walkways, your patios, your pool decks, your garages, beautiful colors, lifetime guarantee, fully trained employees, no subs. They come to you and they serve the entire front range. GarageMagic.com. 303-713-8255. Okay, now I'm starting to get, we're going to try to get somebody, Dennis, if you hang on with Sunny Slope Estates, we're trying to get a hold of the state to see if they have a comment on keeping your place open. You'd think they'd want to attract as many good operators as possible instead of being in a hurry to regulate out of existence those who are doing a good job. And I can't see anything bad about what you're doing. People love you. Your reviews are good. Joe, your turn. What's going on, Joe? Do I have
you last week about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, Joe, you talked to me last week. You're right.
Yeah.
3 Square.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, yes, sir. And how are you doing, Tom?
Good.
Okay?
I want to explain. I want to explain to people what's going on, man. This 3 Square construction is a problem, and I don't know why they are being referred by Home Depot. I just don't know why, but apparently. The guy's a clown or something. I mean, look, I don't know why we're having problems with them, but we're having a lot of problems with them lately. So is that what happened? Home Depot said, you can call this company, 3 Square. They put them on their list. Is that right?
That's right.
And this AJ came and did the work?
Yeah, so I'm another contractor, and I've had dealings with this guy off and on, and I just got another phone call this morning from a different contractor with kind of an
you're not the one who
him.
called, David. Excuse me, Joe. Joe, you called, but I mean, the homeowner who complained was David. He wanted to enclose a patio, and then he was referred to 3. So you're yet another one. And tell me, what are you hearing about 3 Square construction? What are you hearing about them?
The very newest thing was Jerry called me this morning. He's a Bobcat operator. This might ring a bell to you. I'm a general contractor, and I also operate Bobcat sometimes.
Yes.
And so we both had dealings with AJ. Jerry's bilingual. I'm not. He told the guys when he's over there at AJ's, they said something to him about, hey, we remember this guy Joe. We remember him from over in Erie. And Jerry's like, yeah, nobody got paid off of that job, right? And they're like, no, we never got paid from the Erie job. Well, they called him this morning and they said, hey, can we come and work for you because we haven't been paid now by AJ for 3 weeks.
Is Home Depot still referring this guy?
They must be. They must be. And I don't understand because I'm a referral guy too, but man, they hold your feet to the fire there. To me, they do. But I don't know how. I think AJ just knows how to talk a big game, man. So his guys aren't getting paid now. You know, they're you know, they don't speak the language and they're getting taken advantage of from this guy. And I don't care who you are, you deserve the wages. If you're out there sweating with a sledgehammer, you got to get paid. And so the newest thing is, his guys called Jerry, my buddy, and said, hey, we're not getting paid by AJ. Can we come work for you?
I don't know what to do about it, man. All I know is that the guy is, he's, you know, everybody that's referred to him, they don't like him. I mean, they say he does a lousy job. You know, we need to call our person. You know what? We do need to call our angel. I mean, we have gotten several complaints about 3 Square Construction, and they keep referring them out. Why are they referring people to 3 Square Construction, which, by the way, doesn't have the license, the permits, aren't paying employees? Why the hell is Home Depot putting them on their referred list or their preferred list, whatever they call it? We don't understand it. Joe, we're going to look into that for sure. Deputy Doc, did you call over at the Department of Health about that?
I tried. I left a message. I got 2 different phone trees, and I finally got through to what I think was the right office and left a message. I'll keep trying.
All right. 303-713-8255.
This Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Caplis in the afternoon at 6:30. Denver. Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen.
Traffic on Wadsworth, both directions, pretty jammed up, making your approach to Jewel. May have some traffic light issues in that area of Lakewood. So just be ready for that. And 6th Avenue drive through Lakewood, looking good, both directions up to full speed. And no problem spots across I-70 or on I-25 either direction. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny, a high of 70.
Did you find out how much caffeine in that? How much? That's like 3.5 cups. About 2. I thought cup has 45.
I thought it was about 90.
Really?
DQ presents Picture This. You stand before the new signature stack burger menu.
Okay, now I got it.
Yeah,
You don't hate the internet, but now
I want to do it, but I'm doing my sponsor.
DQ. Happy Face Good.
I love the whole house fan that I have from Quiet Cool. The Quiet Cool whole house fan. It only took a couple hours to put in. You know, there's no complicated wiring. They put it in your attic, and then it has a small grate in your ceiling, right? They wire it to a light up there, and then you have a remote control. So there's no digging into the walls for a switch or anything. This remote control is wireless, and I absolutely love the whole house fan. I use it in the morning. I use it in the evening. You can sleep all night without air conditioning, and it keeps cool, fresh air coming into your home. It's a beautiful thing to have because of the energy efficiency plus the fresh air, and it just makes your nights more comfortable. So you're always breathing fresh air. It's great if you have pets. Now listen, you can have it done in just a couple hours. Give them a call, 303-800-3419. I have been saving about 80% of my air conditioning bill because of it. 303-800-3419, QCColorado.com. Retirement is about income, planning for income. That's where you can go to this website, mymoneymyway.com. What you will find are 2 strategies to create income. One is to convert a lump sum of money into an annuity if you have a qualified plan or a bank account and you want income immediately, or over time making monthly payments. Whatever it is, My Money My Way will explain it all to you. mymoneymyway.com.
95 mgs is 1 cup of coffee.
95 milligrams for 1 cup? I didn't realize it was that high.
Me neither. It says 1 cup, 8 flowing ounces. Sounds like one. Yep.
Daphne's on line 10 for you.
What's that?
Daphne's on line 10 for you.
Yeah, I have to use the
You want me
restroom, so I
back in,
can't go
please?
talk
Yeah.
right now.
Actually, you don't have to use that.
How much time do I have? I need to try to make it, and I got to hobble. God. Oh, it's not your fault. I mean, it's oh, shit. Yeah, it definitely helped.
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe for men living with erectile dysfunction, or ED. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two about the universe to explain our treatment, an astrophysicist. Peak Performance. Hi, I'm an astrophysicist. What makes Peak Performance the smartest ED solution? It uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery.
All right. Have a good day. See you guys.
All right. See you next time.
All right.
80% of men. Very smart. Call Peak Performance today at 1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow evaluation. That's 500-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or visit peakperformanceformen.com. Peak Performance, man at his peak.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you, even if you have type 2 diabetes are overweight or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you in with a policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
Here's to the great American settlers, the millions of you who settle for unsatisfying jobs because they pay the bills. Of course, there is something else you could do if you got something to say. Start a podcast with Lionheart and unleash your creative freedom. Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss, hey, I'm no settler. I'm an explorer. Spreaker.com. SPREAKER. Hustle on over today.
Send him an email, Doc?
Yeah.
Back to CBDHE. So Talib on vacation, or is he gone?
No, Talib had back surgery.
Oh, really? So he did? Okay.
A couple of weeks ago, and so he's just recuperating.
So he's doing okay?
Yeah, I talked to him last week, and there's Tom.
Thank you, Pitchy. Oh, she left. Getting it done. That's one thing I can at least flesh out.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay, so let's talk to Dennis one more time. Dennis, we brought people up to speed. If they want to get a hold of the state or make their concerns known, they should. I think they should call the governor's office or somewhere. I mean, our state government, most government, they're out of control anyway when it comes to regulation. Not that we don't need oversight and regulation, but they become almost their own worst enemy. They're trying to create good places, assisted living for people who are older. You're taking people no one else wants, basically. Let's just say it like it is. And you're doing a great job at it. And you didn't get your license renewed. And now 32 residents who love it there, some of them have been there the whole 12 years you've been open, now they have to leave. And you're saying there's almost no chance the state will work with you. They won't even talk to you. Was there any final letter resolution? Did it say kind of get out of the business, you're never going to be wanted? I mean, obviously there had to be something talked about.
What there was is they have a process where you can appeal decisions. And I went through that process, and the final process is to go before an administrative court. And the administrative court sided with the state. Now, they didn't, the siding with the state wasn't this place has to close down. What they sided on was that this place has not complied with paying their fees to get their license renewed. That's it. Then the state took that and said, so we don't want it to be around anymore.
And the fees were because of those stupid forms you didn't have. They were fining you every day you didn't have it in.
This is correct.
So it did become like a self-fulfilling.
This is all new in the law. These fines. And that's a whole nother story. But they rewrote the rules, and these fines are new. So I don't know if I'm the first one to.
Okay. Before, when you did not. Okay. Apparently, you were late in getting a lease agreement to them. They wanted to see a lease agreement, and they wanted to see something else. And you were apparently late getting it to them. So what did what would they normally do? Did you just ignore them, or what? Why did they resort to charging you fees for every day you didn't have them in?
Because the way they wrote the new rules, after a certain point, you automatically get fined.
And how much are these fines per day?
Well, they're not per day. They're a flat fee, and I don't know offhand what they amount to. But, at the end of the day, you can't go up against these things without representation. But,
I mean, when you went there to explain that the certificate of fire safety was late because they don't issue them anymore, and that you'd have to go online to get one. And the other one...
They don't issue them to the operator. They issue them directly to the Department of Health.
Right. And when you went to explain this, why didn't the attorney listen? Was he hell-bent on shutting you down? Was that his job? Was he like a prosecutor?
He is a prosecutor. I don't think that he was vindictive about... He's representing a client. And he's representing the client the way the client wants to be represented. So, he didn't go after me. He told their story, and I told my story, and I just said, we're good people doing good things.
And you said it before a judge.
In front of a judge.
And a judge concluded that you should be shut down.
No, the judge concluded that I was in violation of meeting the requirements to renew the license.
In other words, you didn't pay those fees. But then when you got the money, when you finally got the money, they didn't want it.
Because it was already after I had appeared before the judge, and they just said, no.
Too late.
Exhausted. Yeah.
So these 32 people lose their home because you were too late.
Well, let me just say, lose the home they love.
Do they are they helping to find places for these people?
They are. However, a family member just told me yesterday part of the rules are that the new rules is that because we do Medicaid low income, our rooms are shared rooms. There's 2 people in a room. And for me to put a person in a room, I have to have the permission of the person who's already in there, because if they don't like the person, they have the right to say so.
Right.
The family member was told by the state that if they find a place for these people to go and they don't like it and they turn it down, then they run the risk of losing their Medicaid benefits and they're on their own.
Well, that shouldn't surprise anyone. I mean, since when does the state care about people? We need, listen,
to that note,
we want to stay in touch with you. Do you have Dennis's number, right? We'll be in touch with you. I want to revisit this. I want to revisit this, and I want to get people to let their thoughts be known to the state. This is terrible that this facility is being shut down because they didn't have a few documents ready. It was after COVID. By the way, COVID, they didn't have any losses during COVID. And now this person is basically out of work. This thing they've invested in this place for 12 years, and these 32 people have to find another place to live. Nice going, state of Colorado. Nice going.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Root Insurance.
It's a decent drive on our metro area highways. In fact, a really good drive on I-25.
Doesn't it? I told you, it would get you angry, right?
470 or 225. The traffic light's not working properly, and it's affecting your Wadsworth Drive both directions, making your way towards Jewel, flashing red in all directions, causing that slow traffic, especially on Wadsworth. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a high of 79 this afternoon, tonight low 39. Warmer for tomorrow with a high reaching 88, and no significant rainfall in the forecast through Sunday for Denver and the Front Range. Currently at 62. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Hey there, Colorado. You're probably tired of car insurance apps. At Root, we do car insurance differently. Our app gives you smarter rates where your actual driving is the #1 factor, because we don't need a mascot to save you money. Root, for good drivers. Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See Root.com for details.
John Fuller is a personal injury attorney that is there for you. So if you are injured in an accident and you need to talk to someone, you'll talk to the attorney directly, John Fuller. He doesn't push you off to some assistant. And here's another thing. He'll take your case and work it personally as he does all his cases. John Fuller, bigger is not always better. Sometimes you want personal attention and you want the full attention of the attorney. 303-597-4500. He is my accident expert on this show, and he can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Call for an evaluation of your case, 303-597-4500. K&H Home Solutions has been around for 65 years. I've known them the whole time I've been in Colorado. When the new owner was taking over from the original owner, I met both of them. Ted still owns the place after 30-some-odd years, and K&H is a wonderful place that I fully endorse for windows, siding, and doors. You can trust K&H to have you covered. And right now, they have 30% off. 30% off. They're beautiful, energy-efficient windows, the best siding in the business, and their designer doors. Plus, they're better than their competitors on the market. You can trust K&H Home Solutions, khwindows.com.
The D.C. liberals have created the worst inflation in 40 years and sent gas prices to record highs. Now Colorado families are paying more for everything. That's why Colorado needs Joe O'Dea in the U.S. Senate. Joe O'Dea. He's a conservative, an outsider, a successful businessman and job creator. Joe O'Dea will stop the reckless spending, fight government waste, and get our debt under control. Endorsed by Colorado law enforcement, Joe O'Dea will back our men and women in blue and fight for the rule of law. Joe O'Dea will stand up to the radical left's agenda and always put America first. Joe O'Dea,
Somebody just called and said, who do I call? How do I get a hold of the governor and them? And I said, you know, Ed Perlmutter is actually the representative for that neighborhood. And even if I don't agree with anything Ed says, he's responsive.
Yes, he is.
I've dealt with him a lot, and
All right,
he will
so
answer the phone.
Let's put that out.
Do you want? I'll have her put the number up on the screen,
Yeah.
or do you want to type it somewhere, Tom?
Yeah.
Do you have a window open there? You ready
Yeah.
for Fast Eddie's numbers? 202.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
202.
224. 3121. That's his DC office. All right.
Yeah, he's not going to run again.
He's not? Why?
I don't know. He's our congressional district representative for Panacea. We actually had him through to tour the facility.
It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
Jose, how much longer till this bill's ready?
No one can bake gluten-free vegan goodies better than Surrey.
Wait, both Jim and Marion's last days are the same day?
But he needs to whip up a new shift lead without interviews burning his time.
Gotta get interviewing before my calendar is cooked. Oh.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from the Indeed dashboard, so you can stay organized and connected all the way to the hire. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
May is Maytag month, the hardest working month of the year, when you can save on hard-working Maytag performance. Like laundry pairs that make clothes think twice before getting dirty again. Refrigerators that make cold your new favorite flavor. And dishwashers that eat caked on oatmeal for breakfast.
Don't wait. Put the hardest working month of the year to work for you and save big on Maytag appliances now through June 1st. Because May is Maytag month.
What's up, Nuggets fans? It's Jamal Murray here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy a home but want to skip all the stress, it's time for a game adjustment. Orchard lets you move into your new home before you even sell your old one. Orchard turns you into a cash buyer so you can win in a competitive market. And it doesn't cost you any more money than traditional real estate. Orchard is the same game, but new rules. So get out there and win the home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets. Get started at Orchard.com. Denver wants to put a grand in your hand.
I don't know why these people that call back, I can never find their number on my call sheet. Never.
Past the hour. Thank you so much. A grand in your hand. Sponsored by Guy Reese.
Guy Reese has been your trusted neighborhood paint store since way back in 1899. And this May, they're making it even easier for you to find your favorite color. May 4th through 16th, they're offering Benjamin Moore color samples at half price.
There it is, but that's not her name.
And start sampling
Mandisa. Oh, Mandy, I get it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Don't forget realcbdthatworks.com. Panacea Life Sciences. If you have any questions, you can call and talk to one of their science officers and man of science with Panacea Life. And we'll get back to that in a minute here. Mandy, I believe you were Mandisa when you called in originally, right, Mandisa?
Yes,
and I said, I fear you got ripped off, and we went on to ask you if the place was located in Florida and how they worked you over. And normally the moving scam works that way, where they get money up front, then they hand your mover your job. They're just a broker located in Florida 99% of the time. Then they go and they send it to someone else who buys that contract, then tries to get more money from you, and then that goes to even a third person who tries to get even more money from you when they deliver it. What's your follow-up right now?
Well, I spoke with, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I spoke with the company. I sent email to the Better Business Bureau, and they responded to that. On Friday, they reached out to my husband and offered us $300. And so
hold on. Didn't you pay them $3,300 already, right?
Yes.
And then the other guy that came to pick up your stuff, didn't he want another $4,000?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where is your stuff right now?
Final price. We had another moving company come in and move it, But it cost us $15,000 because we lost the 33 and we paid $1,500 more to use that company.
Hold on. You paid the $3,300. How much total did you pay for your move? Total, all included.
$18,000.
18. Okay.
Yep.
I need to figure out how much of that was to this bad company to figure out how they ripped you off. Hang on. We'll come back to you and warn others about this moving scam out of Florida like they all are. Coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Michael Brown.
There's no better place to buy floor coverings than SimplyFloorsInc.com. With a big variety of carpet for every budget and one of the largest selections of LVT in Denver. Laminate and engineered hardwood too, all at the very best prices. Installers are among the best, and their expert flooring consultants know color and design for coordinating your entire project. And they come to you. Make your own appointment at SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeart radio app and at khow.com.
ABC News, I'm Trevor Roll. The Alabama inmate who fled with the help of a corrections officer is back behind bars. Police found the couple yesterday in Evansville, Indiana. Vanderburgh County Sheriff Dave Wedding says public tips led to their whereabouts.
Their plan was pretty faulty. They're criminals. Their plan was faulty, and it failed. Thank God.
The couple led police on a chase, then, with the U.S. Marshals crashing into the car. Police say Vicky White died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The inmate surrendered. President Biden says he's working to curb inflation, but called it an incredibly difficult problem due to the pandemic and Russia's war in Ukraine driving up gas prices and consumer goods. Prices
The pandemic has no effect on the economy right now.
Supply chain. That's right.
Maybe it's supply chain, but it's not COVID related anymore. It's backlog, isn't it?
Primary day in Nebraska and West Virginia.
It's almost a domino effect. The hard part now is trying to get people to want to effing work.
I know. Well, Tom thinks that's going to lead to recession. It's one of the factors. It's too low unemployment rate, right? We're too low unemployment rate.
Access and protections in the state. Tomorrow, Senate Democrats will be forcing a vote on
It's weird. And we've got people that interview for jobs, don't show up for interviews, and they accept the job, and they don't show up for the job.
Really?
It's
the
bizarre.
State Department is monitoring the
As long as they can get free handout money.
I mean, I can see, maybe not showing up for interviews, but once you accepted the job, not showing up.
It's weird.
I believe it.
I've never seen it like this before.
I mean, I think we were brought up in a different era about obligations and responsibility, where there's just this moral compass you have that certain things are the right things to do.
Takes too long to get you your refund has now jumped
Somewhere it's been short-circuited about hard work actually gets you
May is Maytag Month, the hardest working month of the year.
Hey, whatever happened to the refrigerator list?
Working Maytag performance.
It what?
Whatever happened to the refrigerator list?
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I have to buy one.
Closed by mistake.
What's the top rated
I got it
refrigerator?
closed. I was trying to open it.
Because I have to buy
You're not
one.
gonna like what it says. Hold on.
I have to buy one.
Sub-Zero. Of the year to work for you and save big on Maytag appliances now through June 1st. Because May is Maytag Month.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone.
These are those suppositories.
Phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile
They look
device,
like regular gel caps.
Pre-formulated, so those are badgering suppositories. So they dissolve in 15 minutes.
With reliability in mind. Using geographic
That's some great timing. We just came in during the suppository talk.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Daphne said to answer her text.
Phone system. Zoom How the world?
Does she realize what I'm dealing with here? Did you tell her?
No. Well, no. I mean, she understands that you're doing the show. Did you call that number?
Perlmutter?
No, Elaine.
What?
Elaine McManus?
I've tried all the numbers. I left a voice message and a long email.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll see if they get back to me.
Not correcting it. And you're wasting money pretending to address the issue.
The comments got heat at times.
We're going to take a look at that.
The meeting ended up being delayed for an hour after homeless advocates refused to give up the podium.
So this new house that's being built, they can't get the exact refrigerator and washer dryer that is in the contract. So they refunded me some money and I have to go buy my own.
Recommend you buy it from Costco.
That's what I'm going to do. That's what Mark said also.
And you use the city card to do it.
Why?
Because it doubles up your warranty.
Now,
I have a city card.
A Costco credit card.
Oh yeah, I don't have one. I just have a regular. I mean, your is it a credit card or is it just your regular membership card?
Oh, my.
It's this one.
Oh, I don't have one of those. Oh.
But if you buy it on their card, doesn't matter when you pay it back, but you get the Costco dollars back, and then also usually for electronics it doubles the warranty. We actually bought a fridge in LG from them, and I screwed up and had the wrong dimensions.
Finding a great buyer can be a challenge. That's why there's Indeed.
Yeah, Mark said the same thing. He had it. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to definitely get it.
Hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
let's talk about American restoration.
And if you can wait till Memorial Day, we'll probably have an appliance sale coming up.
Oh yeah, well, my place probably won't be ready till the end of June.
Okay.
So I'll have to see what the supply chain is like also. I really can't move it into the house until I close. So it's kind of a weird situation. What I may have to do is have them deliver it to my garage.
So the other thing is, it takes a couple of weeks to arrange the delivery of the appliance.
Which is fine, if I knew when I was gonna close it exactly. Because I can't do anything into the place until I close on it.
Proudly veteran owned. I know Rock, I know the team.
So you have to get a washer, dryer, and
yeah.
And
I mean, they gave me a good amount of refund for it, but I just have to do myself.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah,
Costco.
Costco.
I bought from Home Depot before, but Costco's hands down.
No, we've had so many complaints about service from Home Depot that we never get complaints like Costco. Can you remember anything, Tom? We got a complaint about Costco?
No.
I can't.
Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW in the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's Talk Station now. $1,000 in your hand. Denver's Talk Station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at khow.com.
With bad news, you need advice so you don't have to lose. Come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help Gofundme.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Welcome to the show. I'm Tom, and we are here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life just a little easier. All you have to do is give us a call and figure out what it is you need to do to get past your problem. Gutters don't clean themselves. It's a dangerous job. That's why I endorse GutterHelmetDenver.com. The multi-patented gutter protection system makes it so you never have to clean your gutters again. Keep them clear, guaranteed. GutterHelmetDenver.com, 303-298-8888. Okay, so let's talk to Mandy. And Mandy got suckered into this moving scam, and the problem is that it's done. She was already ripped off, so I doubt we're going to get anything, although we're trying. And the problem, it's the same as many of those problems we get with these scams, is that the first guy in the chain, the first call you make is a broker. They don't do anything. They don't own anything. They don't do anything. They take money from you. That's all they do. And then they arrange your move. But by arranging your move, they go on to the internet and find anyone, they don't care who it is, to take the contract. They don't qualify them. They don't help them. They don't fit. They don't do anything to help. Then that person it's up to them to take this contract and get more money from you. So you see how it works. The first guy's a broker. He arranges it with a second person. The second person then tries to get more money from you. You've already paid the first one up front with a promise of how much it's going to cost. You can throw that out the window. That has nothing to do with what it's going to cost, as Mandisa found out. So she was told it was going to be a certain amount of money, and she paid money up front. But Mandisa, how much did you pay? You paid $3,300 to the first guy, and all he did was pass your contract on to the second guy. The second guy, how much did you pay him?
Nothing.
Okay, and then did your stuff get moved?
It did, by a third company.
And the third company cost how much?
$11,000.
Now, why do you... Man, now hold on. What I don't understand is this, Mandisa. Why do you think the first mover owes you money at all? I mean, they owe you the $3,300. They didn't, but they don't owe you more than that.
No, they do not. They don't owe us more than that. The $3,300 is the only thing that we're seeking back from them, which was the deposit for the move, because they falsified the information. And once I looked at the contract, they had made an adjustment for about $4,000 to get me on board, which ironically is the same amount that the man was asking for when he arrived. So I think what they did was they put the number where I would go with my budget and be okay with it. But then when the mover came, that same amount he was asking for in additional cash.
I know. They were trying to rip you off, but you still lost your initial deposit. And I don't think that moving company is ever, that Trinity Relocation Group in Florida is ever going to pay you a dime. Never.
Yeah, they wanted to pay us $300 on Friday. And so we just told them, it's like you're slapping us in the face. We're not going for $300.
I wish there was something we could do about it. They're in Florida. They don't care. Listen, they're professional crooks. They are professional crooks. And who called them? Did we put you with somebody who called Trinity for you?
You called them for me. And
did we have Deputy Smarty Pants call? I know.
We haven't. No, that was our next step. We just wanted to see if they were going to do right and give them a week. And so, you know, they have not done right.
Oh, man, it's just so hard. So the second company that charged you $11,000, at least they moved you. How did you find them?
We move a whole lot, so we always go with that company. But because we were paying out of our pocket, we were trying to, save $1,300, and that didn't work in our favor by trying a new company.
I see what you're saying.
Has moved us 3 times.
So what's the name of that company?
It's Beacon.
Oh yeah,
Beacon
that's a real company, Beacon.
Right.
Man, I wish there was a way we could make it so when people search for movers, they find out about the moving scams, because there's more than it's not just maybe, but for sure when you search for movers, you're going to find all the ripoffs in Florida. And you had no idea, did you?
Not at all.
God.
I just kind of wish we would have just paid the $1,300 now that we've paid. We've paid the $13,000 plus the $3,300, and I just wish we would have just paid the $1,300 out of our pocket as opposed to going with a company we didn't know, but we didn't know to do that.
I know. And Mandy, I don't know if this is any consolation to you, but at least other people are hearing this. And the more we get the word out about the broker move, and that's basically a guy or whoever you contact in Florida, they just take a deposit. They do no work whatsoever. They don't guarantee anything. They're not even a real company. They pass the mover on to someone else who picks it up, and they don't care who they move to. So when they say we're your mover, they're not your mover. They pass it on to someone. That someone is not even your mover. They try to get money from you. Then they pass it on to someone who makes the delivery. Sometimes the second and third persons are the same company. Often they're not. So they try to hit you 3 times. The last hit is when they're delivering it, saying, well, I'm sorry, but if you want it, you're going to have to pay more. And it'll all add up to more than you'll ever pay any other legit mover. So the way to get around it, never, ever call a mover in Florida ever in your life, ever, period. Never. Never use a broker, never use a third party, never use a booking agent. Only use a direct mover who has and owns their own trucks and are a real company with real brick and mortar and real people and real employees. And you just have to do your research. Now, Deputy Doc, what?
I just wanted to have a local number or a Florida number when you initially called them.
No, they have a Florida number. It's right here. I mean, it doesn't really matter what kind of a number. I mean, locksmiths used to do that trick where they would have local numbers, but no one does that anymore because no one cares. No one cares about phone numbers being local except a few people here and there. So most likely, that won't be an indicator. Whether it's a local number, a Florida number, a California number, it doesn't matter what kind of number it is. If they're in Florida, they're ripoffs. That's it. You cannot find an honest moving broker out of Florida. Now, they're going to say they're honest because here's what they do. They have you sign up, and then they sell your contract. So are they arranging a move for you? Yeah, which you could do on your own because they absolutely do nothing. They just collect money. And you can go directly to a mover without using them. 303-713-TALK. That's Trinity Group, Trinity Relocation Group. And I wish to God you people let them know what you think of them. 888-331-7690. They're in Florida. 888-331-7690. And that's Trinity Relocation Group.
Here's to the great American settlers, the millions of you who settled for unsatisfying jobs because they think that,
Marty sending me
of course,
pictures
there is something else you could do
Stop
if you have something to say.
Stop saying better
Start
than
a
everybody. How
podcast
does he
with
know my
Speaker from iHeart
How does he
and
know?
unleash your
Maybe he's
creative
watching
power.
on YouTube.
Maybe even earn enough money to one day tell your old boss,
I don't know if you saw my note, Mark is back.
I'm an
And also,
explorer.
do you want to give Betty to Smart Marty?
Speaker.
Yeah, if he did, we
So
can
what kind
get
of
more
people
out
are
of
you
him.
hiring? What are you looking for now? I mean,
Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine, they have office hours or clinical hours for your appointments from 7 to 7 for your convenience. And I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I'm going to see them after the show. As you know, I have issues from time to time. I don't want to get into detail, but Colorado Pain Care is the real deal. They deal with your pain. They deal in getting you out of pain, chronic pain, acute pain, and long-term solutions as well. ColoradoPainCare.com. Look them up and then call them. 303-GOT-PAIN. That's 303-GOT-PAIN. They work with all major insurance. 303-GOT-PAIN. Empower Reverse Mortgage, one of our reverse mortgage lenders we love, that we believe in, that we know you'll have a positive experience with. Empower Reverse Mortgage. What you need to do is give them a call and ask any questions you have. Make sure you fully understand a reverse loan before you get one. Basically, it's when you're older, 62 or older, with equity in your home, you get to use that equity while you're alive. It accrues against your house. You never can lose your house if you just pay taxes and insurance, and you'll never be upside down in that house owing more than it's worth ever. EmpowerReverse.com. 303-500-7719. 720-577-19.
I should have had done right to it. Don't be that.
Usually just general entry manufacturing jobs.
Hi, folks.
So not like masters or PhD level.
For your
place, you mean?
For less than you pay for coffee,
Yeah,
a
so,
brand new carry your
there's some fun jobs,
$dollars a day or $96 a month from Plumline.
There's some skill jobs that you have, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of a combination between blue collar, white collar. So we need more than people that are just going to go in and
Earning your trust
move
since
boxes and
1998. Service at home,
So
servants at home.
the problem
Schedule
is
online. No
that the
phone
way the
call,
industry
no
is for these
hassle,
entry
no
level
wait.
jobs
From Plumline
is we can't pay more than
turn
Walmart.
to the experts.
More than
PlumlineServices.com.
Those Walmart jobs are pretty awesome.
For the
Yeah.
Bell Pollock Legal Show right here on
$20 an hour.
every Saturday morning
All
at 7.
sorts of benefits,
Volunteer to give
College
Colin
tuition
free
reimbursement, things
legal
of that
advice
nature.
on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Hi, it's Marty
Now they're paying their truck drivers $100,000 a year.
Keller Williams.
Plus training, I mean,
I've been
Yeah.
doing so.
Plus
they'll
helping
train
with
you and
She's
yeah.
my personal realtor.
Hey,
She helped me
Mark
sell
was talking about that.
That's why I strongly suggest to you that you call Gay when it's time to sell your home. Recently, Gay was telling me about a family who wanted to take advantage of this incredible seller's market.
She's blowing it, just pissing in the wind.
Challenge, though, was
Trying to codify Roe v. Wade.
gonna have to make enough
It won't happen with the Republican House and Senate.
to sell and stay in their current home.
Should have waited till after the midterms.
They need it. The Riddle Group Sell Your Home and Stay.
It's never going to happen now.
Will let you stay
What's not going to happen?
To
Laws?
codify Roe v. Wade, to make it a law. It's never going to happen with the Congress we have now.
They had years to do it, by the way.
Well, nobody thought for a long time that Roe v. Wade was going to be overturned.
And it hasn't been.
Research shows listeners don't
Right.
like it when ads
No,
are
it will be.
used. So to help you
It will
remember
be.
Liberty Mutual customers,
Yes,
we make
the
this
precedent
easy.
will
If
be
you want to skip this
overturned, but it'll go back to the states.
As it should.
You know, people will make it.
Is this me?
only pay for
All this brouhaha about people protesting outside the judges. The pro-life people
that's the hire.
were protesting outside doctors' houses.
And they said it was terrible.
ZipRecruiter.
So it's okay to do that, it's not okay in front of a judge? I mean, let's be
To apply
consistent.
to your job. So while other companies might
One
deliver
thing
a lot
you'll
of
find,
pay,
they're never.
I know.
ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post
One of my buddies had, you know, his house was picketed almost every weekend.
At ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
They were trying to embarrass him and his neighbors, and
/trial.
is that any different than in front of judges?
I'm Mary here to tell you about Orchard. If you're looking to buy,
It's not, I mean, it's the same principle.
It's time for
Once they go home, they're private citizens.
What?
Once they go home, they're private citizens. They're no longer a functionary in their office, right?
Yeah.
Buyers so you can win in a competitive market. And it
Well,
doesn't
what I'm
cost
saying is,
you more
if it's okay with one, you gotta be consistent, either it's wrong or it's right for both of them.
home you want.
Orchard, the new way to home, is a proud
I
partner.
think what they're worried about is
Get started at
the
Orchard.com.
wacko who actually
This
has a
report
gun.
is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Mostly
Well, that's
for Tuesday at temperatures in the mid to
No, I mean, if you're talking about fomenting violence or the possibility,
But just
Fox
protesting.
31 and
Right, as
Amy
opposed
Girl, Kylie Burke.
to protesting,
Finding a great hire
it's
can
right
be a
to do to
challenge.
both
That's
sets of
why there's
people.
Indeed.
What's wrong to do to
Powerful
both sets
hiring
of people?
platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Denver's talk station.
Online at khout.com.
Hi,
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Plenty of time for calls, problems, questions, complaints. Give us a call. By the way, I did have my list of the top 10 refrigerators, and I had a computer crash and it went away, and I can't find the original, but Samsung.
What kind do you have at home, Tom?
Okay, I have a Sub-Zero, I believe, and then another one is a Viking. But
Now,
those,
Viking's supposed to
well,
be
we
the Mac
inherited,
Daddy.
Mark. I want to make this clear. We inherited them. I mean, I don't mean inherit. I meant I inherited them. They were there, so I didn't go out and shop for them, and I don't know if I would. I don't know if they're bad or good. I mean, really, to be honest with you, I never had a bad experience with a refrigerator, period. What is a bad experience with a refrigerator? Somebody tell me what it is.
Well, for instance, Samsung had a huge problem with ice makers. They got jammed for years.
Yeah, but you know what? Every ice maker in the world sucks because it all goes into that reservoir and becomes a mess if you don't use them regularly. Have you noticed that? Does your ice stay individually and flaky and cold? No. When they drop into that bin, they eventually become solidified. And I don't know, you got to just break the hell out of them. And they never work. I've never seen them work well. But in any case, go ahead.
We had a GE that had dual ice makers. It had one on top in the door, like everybody's used to, and then it had another one underneath in the freezer. That'd be for like if you're filling up a cooler. Man, that was my favorite.
Okay, so but here's the deal, though. Did you ever have a bad experience with? Did you ever have a bad experience?
A deep freeze. We had a deep freeze go out years ago when we lived in Castle Rock, and we probably had $500 worth of meat in there, filled to the brim. The compressor went out.
But why?
And man,
what happened?
I have no idea. It went out. We just bought a new one, but it stank so bad, and to get rid of that bad meat, there's nothing like it in the world. That was the worst experience, and it was I think it was called a Frigidaire.
Yeah. On this. I'd like to hear from people what they like. But remember this, okay? They all share common components. Samsung refrigerators for value and ratings, reviews get #1 according to this service. You're saying who it is? It's refrigeratorpro.com. I have no idea who they are. It's called Refrigerator Pros. If you want to talk about who they are, you can look at them. But everything to do with the refrigerators they list. They say Samsung has 3 styles and people love them. The prices are comfortable compared to the features, rich in features, and a lot of good satisfaction from customers.
What's the bottom of the line?
Wait. Samsung's 1. Let me see how far this one goes. Okay, this is just the top 3 right now. Number 2, LG. Okay, now I like, and number 3 is Whirlpool on this list.
That's what I'm staring at, a Whirlpool in our RV is a full-size Whirlpool.
Oh, wait, no, it keeps going. After that, Kenmore.
Well, that can't be true anymore. Is Kenmore even a brand anymore?
Well, hold
now
on.
That Sears has gone to hell?
I'm looking for this date.
I think I know they bought Craftsman. Maybe they bought
don't say
say
Montgomery Ward's, Doc.
No,
and then Bosch. Bosch is next.
Bosch are high-end appliances.
Then Amana.
And tools.
Then Amana. And then they said the other ones are runners-up, basically. But I don't know. I don't know what this site is. Who the hell? Maybe their own. You know, I'm very okay.
It might be a Samsung repair shop.
Okay, here is just updated the 2020 list. They say the top 10 refrigerators on the market. They determine it by this. Okay, quality of available features, durability, price, cleaning ease, functionality, styling. Okay, here they are. According to this is the 2022 list, or excuse me, the 2020 list is Samsung's #1 again. Number 2 is another Samsung. Number 3 is GE Profile. And number 4 is LG. Number 5 is GE, another GE, but not the Profile. And then I have to click further to get more. But anyway.
I know the Profile are pretty high-end appliances that have excellent ratings from what I've read in Consumers and other places.
Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Now let's talk about CBD products because, you know, they said it was going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry. Is it turning out to be? Are more and more people getting into it all the time?
Yes, it is a multi-billion.
So it's growing. It's not staying the same. It wasn't a flash in the pan.
Nope, it's not, because it works, Tom. It really helps people improve their health.
Now, there was a study, I don't know if you saw it, and I wish I could cite it because you're going to be asking it, maybe, but I think you might have heard about it, that when it came to pain relief and they examined the entire cannabis plant, THC had very little to do with it.
And that was surprising to me when I left pharma in 2014 because of that.
That was a true study, though.
It's a true study, and I can show you the data where we actually tested in preclinical models the exact same methods that pharma would use to test new analgesics. You don't need any THC to actually get the anti-inflammatory and pain effects.
So what is the THC, and why do people love it? Is it for the high? Let's just sell it like it is.
It is. I mean, so
it doesn't really contribute to pain relief, they say.
Jamie, I thought that Charlotte's Web actually had THC in it, and that would get rid of the seizures in kids.
Well, not really. It's a cannabidiol component of the Charlotte's Web that actually controls the seizures. And there's an FDA-approved drug called Epidiolex that is pure CBD, has no THC in it, and that controls seizures. But coming back to the THC component, tetrahydrocannabinol, it's a psychogenic component of marijuana. And what it does, it distracts you from the pain. So it doesn't actually...
Is that in the THC?
The THC, right? So
it distracts you like opiates did in Vicodin.
Exactly.
Vicodin, I mean, it really doesn't kill pain. The Tylenol kills the pain in the Vicodin, right? The acetaminophen. And then they add codeine to it, or not codeine, opium, in order to give you the little wow.
Yeah, I mean, so there is, with the opiates, there is a psychogenic component that distracts you a little bit. And when people have actually gone back to take a look at whether opiates truly take care of pain, you'd be surprised about the lack of efficacy.
No, they don't. They don't. That's why they've always added stuff to it.
Right.
Hey, Jamie, which one causes the munchies?
That's THC.
And and that truly does, though. So THC.
So check this out. Okay, so if you have something that blocks the THC response, guess what? You've got a weight loss drug.
Oh wow.
Okay, there was a drug that actually was called Rimonabant, launched back in the early 90s. It was withdrawn off the market because of side effects, but its primary activity was to block the CB1 receptor, which is what THC binds to create that euphoric feeling. And it actually blocked people's desire to eat. So people were losing 5 to 10 pounds in the course of a couple of weeks.
What were the side effects they got rid of it for?
Well, so it's not a great drug, Mark, in the sense that what it was causing was your body has a regulatory mechanism called the endocannabinoid system, and it actually helps you regulate various physiological responses, including your emotional response. And so Rimonabant was shutting down the CB1 receptor in the brain. It was causing people to feel depressed, higher anxiety, and that's actually why the drug was withdrawn. But there are other cannabinoids in the plant. There's over 120 in the plant, and there's a couple that we're actually taking a look at working on. Cannabidovirin, CBDV, THCV.
How is this plant? Is this the only plant with that many properties, or could there be another plant we just don't know about?
I don't think so, Tom. I mean,
how was it discovered and when?
Back in 4000 BC by the Chinese.
Okay, so it was around that long.
Absolutely.
The cannabinoid
just like
plant.
opium. I mean, opium's been grown forever.
Yeah,
Poppy
and I'd like
seeds.
to know, I've always wondered about this, and we'll discuss it, about receptors, so-called opiate receptors and cannabinoid receptors. Hold on that, because I want to know how you can have a cannabinoid receptor and an opium receptor, opioid receptor, and I say this, unapologetically, but if God made us, did he say, I'm going to put some opiate receptors in there, some cannabinoid receptors in there, or are they receptors that just happen to react to those substances? Because obviously our body is not designed for some herb we're going to find later on. I mean, Mike, what did you want to say on refrigerators?
I've got a GE refrigerator made in 1974.
Oh, man.
And I have to defrost it every 3 weeks in the summer and every 3 months in the winter.
You're coming up on 50 years old.
Yeah, the defroster has never worked right. But other than that, it's
Jam
still going.
cheap piece of crap.
Yeah, but that's back when they made GEs right here in this country. In fact, a lot of them out of New York.
God, no fooling. That thing is coming up on 50 years in a few years here.
Yeah, you can get the dinger out on that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. And it's.
I think Doc has it.
No, Doc, he wants it, but he'll never get it. Let me bring the dinger out. Hold on.
Hey, I got my dinger earlier today.
You did. He earned a dinger today.
Hey, Tom, you're absolutely right, though. No, I know. I mean, you're spot on.
There is no cannabinoid. There is no. It's a receptor that reacts to cannabinoids. Right. But we call it a cannabinoid receptor because that's where cannabinoids go. Right. And we call them opiate receptors because that's where opiate goes. Right.
In the high country, northbound Highway 285.
But no, it's spot on.
But there could be another plant that has the same kind of properties. I think marijuana just hasn't been found yet.
Sure, there's different types of plants like ayahuasca, kratom, that have.
Kratom goes to the opiate receptors, right?
But I'm just saying there may be.
I've just never seen a plant that has this diversity of compounds.
Yeah.
That you can actually have medical benefit.
There are a lot. I know a lot of people who thought they were getting off the pain meds and got on kratom, and they had a whole set of different problems.
But kratom is legal to be sold, right?
Yes, but man, is it fucking dangerous because there's no measurement at all. You get these leaves and try to figure out how will this be equal to 5-Vicodin. I mean, it's dangerous.
Unaudible. Sign
Well,
up
it's
and
also
start free at
non-regulated, so you don't know what else is
audible.com.
in that crop. So.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. I don't take that lightly. I recommend Frank to everyone to know you're getting the best when it comes to negotiating power, whether you're negotiating to sell or to buy. Yeah, he can put on different hats for your benefit, and he has stats to prove it. You know, it's not just a bunch of gimmicks. Proven results that he'll show you. He keeps track of all the neighborhoods where he sells. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. There's something else where the proof is in the paper, and that is when it comes to loans. Don't just listen to what people say about lending. Go to a lender that you know and trust, someone who's been around for 30 years here in Denver, started here for you. Ideal Home Loans. Go to someone who says, we guarantee you the best rates. We guarantee you that we will get you done with a cash deal, a pre-approval, and we can close in 3 weeks or less, or within days with a cash approval. We also guarantee the interest rate, so if rates go down, we refinance you free of charge, and we stand behind everything we say, and we put all our promises in writing. That's the kind of lender you want with Ideal. First they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Still good time to refi, especially paying off high interest debt. That's 303-867-7000.
It's sprung and it's full tilt boogie time. Hey, Tom, just disconnecting with Mark. He's really got it dialed in. He's in great shape from down there now. So if you need him, but he and Sue just ran off again. So he's been done for the show.
Personal hygiene. Actually, it's cool. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing.
Somebody
Navage
going
uses
into
powered
an
suction
MRI
to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthy. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
If you're looking to pay for a home improvement from the largest extent, it may be worth looking at your home.
Who spells BB Zip, Tom?
And home values, they're on the rise. Making this a great time for a cash out refinance.
BB's, BB guns. They don't even make BB guns anymore. Yeah. You're into this, really. For farmers,
for kids. Yep. Was it the Red Ryder? Crazy BB gun?
Yeah, shoot your eye out.
When you choose American financing. So why not get a free mortgage review to learn more? If you start soon, you could close in as few as 10 days, and you could skip 2 payments. So call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You're not required to pay it all back because there are special programs now in effect that will significantly reduce the amount you will owe if you qualify. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. These programs, which the credit card companies like to keep secret, exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau.
God, it's amazing.
So don't wait. Get the
The
relief
body's
you need during these
designed
hard economic times. For this free
so
information,
any nerves
call
going through your back are fucked with as soon as you get old.
800-885-7788.
We're made to walk on 2 feet. That's part of the deal.
That's 800-885-7788.
The stress that it actually has on the back is incredible.
Simple one-day treatment I received at bankcare.com.
That's why you got those muscles that...
Richard Dawkins, who is an evolutionist, believes that the way to...
Hi, Tom.
I'm Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. GarageMagic.com for your garage floors. Now's the time to get them done. GarageMagic.com. Hey, what's going on, Jesus, with American Towing? What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
My name is Jesus. Yeah, what I had to do is on April 7th, I had to move a car that my son had wrecked, and the city was complaining.
No, okay. Where'd you move your car?
From my driveway. It was in the front of the driveway. The city complaining.
Okay, and what did they do? And what did they do wrong?
No, not the city. I'm talking about the towing. Then when I had moved, my driveway is an incline, and he must have had his truck with bed up. And when he backed up, he hit as they entered the garage.
What did he hit in your? What did he hit?
The concrete on the concrete floor with the truck.
He hit the concrete floor. Oh, yeah, with you mean with the hitch?
My garage. No, it was a flatbed. He must have had it up in the air.
Oh, okay. So when he put the flatbed down to get the car, he hit the garage floor.
He backed it up or whatever. Yeah, he hit the driveway. He chipped the front of my concrete, the entrance of my garage.
How old is this garage concrete?
Well, this house was built in 2005, so it was in good condition. There was nothing wrong with it.
Did he pull, hold on, did he get the edge of the concrete slab and pull it up, or did he just chip it, or how?
He chipped, and it's like maybe 3 inches wide all the way across.
You mean across the entire entrance?
Yeah, the front entrance of my garage.
Really? So he made a 3-inch swath across the entire entrance of your garage?
The width of his truck. The width of the truck.
Oh, I get it. Now, do you have an apron on that garage floor coming out?
No, I don't. It's just concrete.
Well, that's what an apron is. It's concrete. Meaning, do you have concrete outside your garage?
Yes. It's a concrete driveway and a concrete garage.
Okay. When he was backing up, what did he have to put that flatbed down there to get the car?
I think he had to pick it up, so he wanted to hit the top of my garage, and he must have raised it up too high because he must have chipped. I wasn't there. So this is at my house. This was during my work when I was at work. My wife was there.
Who called him there?
Outside. My wife did.
And where was the car moved?
From the driveway into the garage.
But why did you have to have it towed from the driveway to the garage?
It wasn't drivable.
Okay.
And the city was complaining.
I get it. And then, but I'm trying to think, when he put the car down, then he pulls away. I don't know how he chipped your.
I think he chipped it. I think he had it up in the angle when he was backing up.
Okay.
And that's how he chipped it. But nobody was there. That's the problem. Because my wife broke her ankle. She couldn't be out there.
Well, what do you want right now? Tell me what you want.
I want him to fix it. Chipped concrete. That's all I want him to fix. I don't need no money. I just want him to fix it the way it was.
Do you have other cracks in this slab at all?
No, I don't.
So you ideally want him to reinstall a new slab?
There's no way he can fix that, or you have to repair the whole thing?
Well, there is a way, yeah. He could cut a piece out and put an expansion joint in. Is your slab all one piece right now?
Yeah, it's all one piece, yeah.
You don't have any expansion? What size is that garage?
I'm not really sure, sir. I've only been living there for 2 years. I just barely bought it.
Is it a one-car garage or two?
It's a two-car garage.
Then that's going to be, a two-car garage is going to be at least 15 or 12, at least 12 foot wide, at least, and it's going to be about 16 feet deep, at least. But I mean, did you talk to the guy, by the way?
Yes, he came out and took pictures and everything. He was nice and everything about it.
What did he say? What did he say he would do about it?
He said he had a concrete guy come out. He was going to come out look at it. He never showed up. And the last time I talked to him was Monday. And he said he was going to somebody go out Monday, and nobody showed up.
I think they could saw cut, a reasonable piece out.
Yeah.
And then pour a new piece in with an expansion joint. That's the way you would fix it.
Yeah. But I think he should give me the runaround because nobody ever showed up.
You could always listen, man. If he really did the damage, he owes you. There's no doubt about it. You could always get a bid on what it would cost. Maybe go in 2 feet or 3 feet, and then across. See what that would cost to saw out that old one and to put it in. Or you could just do a lip. I don't know how you want to do it. You want to do it so it's big enough so it's not going to crack.
Yeah. I'll just get somebody out and then come look at it, see what they tell me. I'll just wonder what are my options.
But I would go out and get a price on what it will cost to fix. Okay. And I would take the guy to small claims court or call and try to get that amount of money. If he won't address it, he did damage. He's going to have to address it. He should know better. I mean, it's unfortunate, but if you didn't sign anything saying, that damage can occur, then he's gonna owe you for doing that. That was careless.
It's probably they don't understand it's going to cost them more if you fix it right away.
I know it, but I would call us back when you get a price on it, and we'll call the guy for you if you don't want to call him. 303-713-8255.
Now, impact traffic. This report is
it's not a crack.
It's
chipped off the top. No, if you pour it, there's nothing to adhere to. It won't adhere. Concrete doesn't patch itself like that.
Yeah, but the weird part is, so today's Tuesday, right? The guy didn't show yesterday. I called back American Towing and just say, look, the guy didn't show up. What are we going to do? And then Turner will pursue what independent contractor would cost or charge to fix it.
Cool off to the upper 40s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny and hot tomorrow for your Wednesday.
The guy must have known. I mean, probably damaged his truck by chipping out that amount of concrete.
Probably.
What's that?
Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash offers an official offer to buy your car. Enter your vehicle ID info. Answer some questions. Then get a no obligation offer to sell or trade it. Visit a dealer to purchase your car. Schedule a time and drive away with confidence. For all of the hits, KBB.com.
Yes, right after the show, I'm heading to Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine. If you are suffering from pain of any kind and you need immediate help, They get to work on help. They have short-term solutions. They have longer-term solutions. The truth of the matter is they deal with pain day in and day out. They work with all major insurance. They have convenient hours from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. They also have several locations that you can find at coloradopaincare.com. Or call them 303-GOT-PAIN. That's 303-GOT-PAIN. I hope you don't have pain from an auto accident. That's what John Fuller does. If you're hurting and you're in trouble and you need help getting, damages, you call someone like John Fuller. Now, John Fuller doesn't brag about how big and bad he is and how much he got this guy or that guy, because you know what? They're only going to brag about the big cases. And if you're a little case, you don't want to be part of that firm. With John Fuller, he treats all cases importantly. He'll give you a cell phone number and keep in personal touch with you. And he'll evaluate your case. You'll know whether it's really big or rather small, but he'll still communicate with you and take it on, and he will work it for your justice. myaccidentlawyer.co. myaccidentlawyer.co. Call for your case evaluation. And if he takes it, it's on a contingency fee basis. 303-597-4500.
Hey folks, if you have hard water buildup on your faucets and fixtures or rust stains clouding up your bathtub, you want a water treatment company you can trust. Call the professionals at Water Pros. These guys are vetted and family owned and are dedicated to providing affordable solutions to your water problem needs. You can get water softeners starting at $2,195
You didn't saw any BBs this morning, right?
at Water Pros.
What's that?
You didn't saw any BBs?
Water Pros.
One will pass. He's having it tomorrow. So that gives him 24 hours to have a bowel movement. Get it out of his system.
Yeah.
Before I swallow 40 years and set gas prices to record highs. Now Colorado families are paying more for everything. That's why Colorado needs Joe O'Day in the U.S. Senate. Joe O'Day. He's a conservative, an outsider, a successful businessman, and job creator. Joe O'Day will stop the reckless spending, fight government waste, and get our debt under control. Endorsed by Colorado law enforcement, Joe O'Day will back our men and women in blue and fight for the rule of law. Joe O'Day will stand up to the radical left's agenda and always put America first. Joe O'Day for U.S. Senate. American Policy Fund is responsible for the content of this advertisement. Paid for by American Policy Fund and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanPolicyFund.com.
Peak Performance is the smartest solution in the universe for men dealing with erectile dysfunction, or ED. So, we hired an equally smart guy who knows a thing or two about the universe to explain our treatment. An astrophysicist. Peak Performance.
Hi, I'm an astrophysicist. What makes Peak Performance the smartest ED solution is that it uses a revolutionary process called focused linear compression therapy. These short, comfortable treatments involve no pain, no surgery, no side effects, and are effective for over 80% of men.
Peak Performance. Very smart. Call Peak Performance today at 1-800-210-8181 for a free blood flow evaluation. That's 1-800-210-8181. Call 1-800-210-8181 or visit peakperformanceformen.com. Peak Performance, man at his peak.
Sometimes we push.
I'm amazed. When I drive up the mountains, I listen to a lot of the talk shows. How many commercials there are for ED in the space of an hour on different stations? It's amazing.
It could be a condition like atrial fibrillation. AFib can have other symptoms too.
As the population ages, this big segment of baby boomers, God, they need it all.
A message from Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. Learn more at
What do you tell your 8-year-old if he asks about ED? I'm serious.
Your 8-year-old?
Or your 7-year-old. When they hear that kind of commercial.
Just say you're old.
Uma? Yep. Switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $95 per month per user plus.
I don't know what you can tell them.
What?
I don't know what you can tell them.
Smart communication, smart business.
Denver's talk station wants to put $1,000 in your hand. Every weekday, you have 9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen for the keyword at 5 past the hour. Thank you so much. $1,000 in your hand. Sponsored by Guy Reese.
Guy Reese has been your trusted neighborhood paint store since way back in 1899. And this May, they're making it even easier for you to find your favorite color. May 4th through 16th, they're offering Benjamin Moore color samples at half price. Visit your nearest Guy Reese location and start sampling today.
Tom Martino here.
303-713 Talk. Remember, Tom and the promo code get you 30% off at realcbdthatworks.com. And Smarty Marty, you did contact that mover out of Florida to see if you could. They were offering $300 back. They took $3,300. They basically did nothing. But what I don't think they give a damn about their reputation. Do you?
Nope. They won't talk to me. They said they can only talk to whoever's on the contract.
Yeah, sure.
Right, so
they're just full of crap. They're rip-offs.
When I go back in the fall, I'm going to just pay a visit to them.
Ooh, that's hey, I'm going to.
Well, what's wrong with that?
And make them an offer.
Well, I was nice to her on the phone, and I told her I live in Boca, and I said I could bring you breakfast and coffee, and we could talk about this in person. And she says, hold on. And then she comes back and says, I can't talk to you.
This sucks, man.
I said, it's weird, right? Nobody wants to take me up on this offer of free breakfast every week.
I'd like to. It almost sounds like, hey, I live there. I'm going to come over and make you breakfast.
Well, yeah, but I don't. One time I made a mistake in how I worded that.
Yeah.
And then I got the owner to call me, and he wanted to call the police.
Oh.
So I learned how to word it correctly.
Well, I know. If you're from Boca and you tell them you want to fix them breakfast.
Yeah, no, I'm going to bring them breakfast and a coffee. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, let's go out and see. Yeah, or I'm gonna introduce you to my cousin Vinny, the chiropractor.
Yeah,
he likes to adjust backs, if you know what I mean.
With a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never said anything threatening. How could that be threatening?
No, I know.
With coffee.
But it was weird, that one guy that you said it to, the way you said, you say, listen, I can come over if you want. I mean, that was like, no, I remember that. That guy says, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah, he thought I was threatening him.
You know, this is a true story. I don't want to give too many names. There's a guy, he was building homes, and this is a God's honest true story. He was taking money and not coming through. He had started out legit, but got way under the financial hammer or something. And he moved to Florida. And Father John, who was a predecessor to you guys as a deputy, a longtime guy, Father John, that was his nickname, and he went to Florida on vacation and decided he was going to drop in and see this builder. That builder came back to Colorado, went into his attorney's office, this is a sad story, and blew himself away.
Oh, my God.
And he says, I'm never going to get away from the scrutiny or the whatever. The guy was in trouble to begin with. I mean, he really was. He was a bad guy. I mean, he really was. There were 3 people in my entire career that when we got onto their scent, they off themselves. Another guy was, I believe it was Carriage Leasing. They had a really good scam. They just kept taking money and then wouldn't pay the payments. They would release cars, if you know what I mean. And so what happened was the guy, when we got a hold of him and we did the story, unfortunately, he thought that was the only way out. Then the other one I don't want to even talk about, but it was somebody collecting charitable donations for an illness that did not exist. And I never thought, you never know, because you never want to do that. You know, never in a million years do you want that to be outcome. But that was 3 times in my career people thought there was no way out. And had I known that, I would have let up a little and done it, tried to figure out another way. But in any case, I want to get Nick and try to help him. So I don't want him to go away empty-handed. And as far as Jeremy, I haven't forgot about you either, so we'll bring them first up tomorrow. I'm Tom Martino. Thank you, Smarty Marty, for trying on that other one. Thank you, RealCBDThatWorks.com or PanaceaLife.com. Don't forget, Tom and the promo code, 30% off. Save all your problems.